Are we live? Hello, everybody. Let me know if you can hear us. We've got like 27 people in the chat. Get ready, get hyped. I'm
Yeah.
Ryan from Command Point. We got Shane here. Shane, how's it going today?
Oh, wonderful. This is a a great day, hopefully.
It is. It's hopefully it's a great day to be a Kill Team fan. Um, yeah. Hey, chat, how's it going? See, we got Baronet in here.
Beer and Ed. I've got the Twitch stream playing so loudly in my ear. I'm gonna turn it down a little
Yeah, just turn that down. Yeah, as you can see, we've got it up, so we're doing like a live react, just kind of like hangout thing to the preview. This is probably gonna be like, I don't know, it's like an hour and a half long, maybe not that long, maybe just like an hour.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so we're hyped for it, and then afterwards, we're going to be talking to a special guest. Isn't that right, Shane?
Yes. Very special.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Glass Half Dead, he's also doing his own live stream watch along thing. And then after this preview, we're going to get together in a Discord call with him and we're going to talk about what we saw, what we liked, anything potentially we didn't like. But I mean, I honestly think like that with this preview, it's still going to be too early to tell and we're not going to really be able to make any serious judgment until we have the new starter box in hand because we know there's going to be a new starter box. We know that um, this is like a complete like revamp of Kill Team. Like it's not Kill Team 2.0. It's like a complete redesign from the ground up. What do you think of that, Shane?
Yeah, I hope it's not like my hope for so long has been like measured changes, right? I hope it's not like a different game, right? Because I do like Kill Team's great.
Yeah,
um, I am concerned a little at the possibility of it being a totally different game. I don't think it will be like super duper different, but I think it's going to
yeah,
be a lot different than what we've been playing, which
yeah,
hopefully for the better, right?
yeah. Like I don't think they're gonna like do anything like too drastic, like swap to a like a grid system. Like
Oh
I
God,
really don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think they're gonna go with the Warhammer Underworlds way going forward. So we've all seen the trailer. We just played it before we started. Um, what did you think of the trailer? Is there anything from the trailer I think that you were kind of reading into?
I try not to read into like cinematics and
Right.
stuff because it's usually just pure fluff.
Yeah.
I can't imagine like if there's actually stuff to take away from that, then I missed it. It's just a really cool video.
Yeah. Like the one thing that I could see happening is like the trailer was set in like the bowels of like this manufactorum. So that leads me to believe that maybe like the starter box is going to be like a Pariah Nexus Arena Rogue Trader type box. Um Me personally, I'm hoping for, and I think I speak for everyone, we're hoping for like the tons and tons of terrain in like the original like Kill Team starter box. Like I hope they do that again for like
Oh
the
yeah,
same price point.
yeah. It's not going to be the same price though.
No,
We know
it's
it.
not. That was a we're never gonna see that deal again.
Probably not. It was a flash in the pan.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, no. I see some people talking about grids in there. I don't think it's going to be grids. If it's grids, we'll riot. But for now, uh, we should be okay. And I also don't think that they're going to do anything to like completely invalidate Pariah Nexus, right? Because they just released that like 3 months ago, not
yeah.
even. Um, yeah, it'll be a good time, I think.
All right,
That's
so
the hope.
some people in the chat. Pyro says, "Are should be is is GW dumb enough to give AdMech a 60 millimeter body unit?" I don't know where all this is coming from. The last time I think we streamed, or like 2 streams ago, somebody was talking about what if they put like Cataphren destroyers into Kill Team. But
Oh, right.
don't think those thoughts. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
It's not gonna happen.
you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, ran out of actions. Yeah, the action economy. So you know how I don't know that's the case? It's because it was an Imperial Guard. So he certainly didn't run out of action
No,
economy.
they don't do that. Well, I don't know, Shane. They're completely redesigning the game up from the ground up. I don't know. I don't know. That's the thing,
They
we don't
say that.
know. We're just sitting here in anticipation at like 3 minutes to go. Um, let's see. No grids, please. Yeah, I don't want to play. I don't want to play Warhammer Underworlds with 40k. Warhammer Underworlds, to me at least, looking in, and I like played it once. At the demo day at our local game store, like last year, 2 years ago, I think at this point. Um, you don't need the models to play that game. You can put tokens on the grid. Like, there's no need for having the models.
Yeah.
It's a trading card game that just doesn't, not a fan of it. Um, Clay says +1 on multi-level terrain. So much of it in the preview makes me hopeful. Yeah, I hope so too. I want more terrain.
Terrain is
I
fun.
don't I don't want to have to justify to myself why I have to spend $160 to $200 on a box that is essentially a cardboard board with like some scatter terrain that I can't use to any real effect in like games of like big 40k, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
Dr. Eric asking, is this whole event kill team only? Almost definitely not.
no,
There will be lots of
absolutely not.
40k.
If this was a kill team event only, it'd probably be like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
They were talking about they're gonna be previewing a book. I think it's like Warzone, Sharkadon 2.
Mhm.
Um, and then there's gonna be a lot of orcs being previewed, I guess. So that's cool. Orcs are good.
I love it.
Yep. Yep.
We were just talking before we started the stream about how the orcs are obviously the good guys in the trailer. And I
He
want
picked him up
everybody
and
to.
he crushed him with a power claw and then smiled when blood spurted all over his face, Shane. I don't think the orcs are good guys.
Nah, he did it to a Nazi.
The Kriegs are not. We should not use that word on YouTube.
Probably
We're gonna
not.
we're gonna get the algorithm is gonna kill us if we say that.
They are 1940s
Full
German soldiers.
okay. Full disclosure: the Krieg are not they're not in any association with any sort of fascist movement from the 1930s and 40s. There's no relation at all. I was actually looking at their helmets and their uniforms, and they bear a more similar resemblance, I think, to like French soldiers in World War One than they do any other kind of, I guess, faction, for lack of a better term, or army or soldiers from that era.
Yeah.
Glass mentioned likely war cryified, no phases, alternating actions, thoughts. I do like the idea of war cryifying it. In terms of like what I want to see is I want Kill Team to kind of develop more of its own identity, and the best way to do that is by having Kill Team specific boxes for factions, kind of like we saw with the Warcry warbands, where it's like those are sculpts that you can only get in a Warcry box, at least during the beginning of that game's life cycle, and just made it cool. They're probably gonna show the trailer again. Yeah, here we
Oh,
go. All right. Well, the
what do we
stream
got?
is starting, so let's all sit
Oh, yeah.
here and bask in the glow
Buckle up. I'm sure all of us have watched this trailer at least 3 or 4 times at this point.
It's beautiful. I've been staring at it for 5 hours now.
Yeah, I mean, I guess on the topic of Warcryifying it, I love the idea of Warcryifying it and the perspective of like how they marketed that game and how they pushed that game. Gameplay wise, I hope it doesn't take too much from Warcry.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like 100%. Like just in the games I've played of Warcry, I'm not the biggest fan of the way it plays. It seems like the game, like, there's a lot of like I guess like missions, for lack of a better term, in that game where it's like the game's over after 2 turns, and it's like what are we doing here, you know?
Yeah. I would love kill team specific boxes with kill team specific models.
Yeah.
One's in the chat for kill team specific boxes with kill team specific models.
Yeah. Yeah, Miku, that's kind of where I got the idea from. Because initially I was like, oh, if you are going to box like all these exclusive models like just for kill team, and you kind of make it like Warcry, then it's like, can I not use like my Warhammer, like my big 40k models in it? I gotta use like the kill team exclusive stuff. I don't think that's gonna be the case, but okay, here we go.
Everybody to this very special Warhammer
Oh, yeah.
Review Online Octarius mission briefing. It is my pleasure to welcome you today. My name is Adam Troke. I'm joined by my friend and colleague, as ever, Eddie Eccles.
It's an absolute pleasure to be here, as always, Adam. I'm particularly excited about this one. It's very much my jam.
Yeah, it's a good one. And we'd love to welcome all of you fine people who have come and joined us here in the live stream today. Last I looked, there was about 20,000 of you, which is super exciting, and it's a delight to have you here. You've already read my mind, quite a few of you. You're already
Twos in the chat
internet,
if you think
the
GW
locations
might
from
take
where
us
you are
down due to
tuning in.
copyright infringement.
Please do hit us up. It's great fun to see where people are coming in from. The first one I saw was North Yorkshire. Shout out to that person. But we've got Georgia, USA, Glasgow, Scotland. It's going so fast I can barely read it. The Netherlands, Western Australia. Oh my goodness, the Eye of Terror. Aberystwyth in Wales.
Alright, yeah, so they're just doing the thing every stream where they shout out every place in the entire world.
Awesome people have come and joined us for what promises to be hand-on.
Everybody send us your IP address. Let's figure out where we're coming from here.
Yeah.
What is there to do? I should acknowledge some of the people who are busy helping make things work. Raph, behind the scenes, going to be pressing buttons like a wizard, making sure that everything runs smoothly.
Please, I just see somebody in the Twitch chat. Please don't hurt Kill Team.
In earnest, Eddie, what are you excited
Yeah, shout out to
about?
that guy.
Yeah.
Well, I think we know a few things already about
Um,
the shape of this
so just
movie,
for
in
preference,
case you didn't notice already,
our
we've just played it for you,
just for
so these are
context, I
brand
guess I should
new-
say,
They just joined.
before
literally just joined us. If you
today,
did,
or
they
really
just haven't
before
unlocked it,
yesterday,
not noticed, the last 24 hours.
or just like
We had a
leading up to
brand new
this,
cinematic trailer for a
we've
new
kind of
edition
known
Kill Team dropped yesterday,
absolutely
bang on
absolutely
24
nothing.
hours ago. It was super cool,
We're
so
we're not
definitely
privy
in
to
there and
any
sort
sort
of
of
talk about
like
those kind of races about.
GW.
There
We're
was
not
a squig
associated with Games
physically
Workshop in
blazing
any
Eddie
sort
calls
of
a squig.
way.
I'm immediately in
So
contact to
everything
see,
that's going to be
what that
announced
brings
this
exactly. It's
stream,
promising to be a
like all the
good day
pictures you're
for
going to
fans
see,
of
everything
Warhammer,
we
but
have
not
not
just that.
seen.
Kill Team obviously touches on every part of Warhammer 40,000. Every faction kind of joins in the carnage. So if you are a 40k fan at all and skirmish gaming appeals, that's going to be a good day for you. But we've got that's not all we've got. We've got a few other kind of bits
That's
and bobs and
right.
surprises
They've got a
as well
few other
from,
things.
of the green persuasion.
If you like Warhammer 40,000, I think you'll be quite happy today.
Now we're going
I
to
would hope
sit
so, at
for
least. I was talking with Raph,
an
we watched
hour,
that trailer through
and we're going to
about
look
3
at
or
all
4
the
times this
new
afternoon,
Age of
after we
Sigmar
had our
models that
little
people are
mic
painting
test,
on Instagram.
trying to decide what our favourite bit was.
Wouldn't you like to do that,
Eddie,
Shane?
what is your favourite bit from the trailer?
Oh,
No.
so it's all super,
No, I
super
wouldn't.
cool. I mean, I really like the squig. The squig's pretty special. I do. I like the bit where the orc is just kind of like blasting away downrange and just kind of unleashing firepower. And you see the kind of the comms operative sort of fall over because he's been shot through the wall. But the orc just
I
looks
was
like
about
he's
to
having a
ask
great
who's that
time.
guy
All
on
the
the
orcs
left.
sort of look
It's
like
me.
they're
It's
having a
Ryan
great
from
time.
Command
Doesn't look
Point.
live, does it? The chat is,
I should have
uh,
also
typed
titled
in
this video
Shane's
like
chest,
face
shot
reveal.
burner boy, don't kick the bomb squig.
Yeah, we're real
My favourite
fancy
bit
over
was
here at
talking to
Command
Raph
Point
about
now. We've got
you've got the orc up
good
high, sort of
good
blazing away with the
good
shield,
lighting.
never-ending stream of
We got a green screen and everything over here. We're big time now, yeah.
The other, and the little comms operator's like, hold on my phone to my mum, hold on 1 minute. And the next time he looks back, he just slumps down dead. And I was like, oh, it's a rough life in that.
I think he's probably the guy who gets squished in the first scene, doesn't he? Yeah, my personal headcanon for that trailer is that the squig doesn't die. You don't see him on screen explode. You just kind of see the explosion. I like to think it's a different explosion somewhere, and the squig has somehow managed to come out of it as the only
confirm.
person
Squig does not die in the trailer.
Still going, but a
Nah,
very,
he
very
died.
cool trailer. Very
Nah, he
brutal.
died.
And if it's any indication of the
Did
the
we
nature
see
of the
him
game,
die
I
though?
think, it's going to be a no holds barred.
Isn't this like a rule?
Yes, absolutely so. And the team that helped
Thank
make
you,
that are
Whopper.
the
I
team behind
appreciate
one
that.
of the forthcoming animations for Warhammer as well.
That's pretty exciting. A lot of people have been seeing that.
Yeah,
trailer
that's
and
where I
getting-
get all my
getting
strength
quite
from
excited
is
about
my
the prospect
hair.
Of, watching more Warhammer animations. If they're anything like that at all, then we're in for some good stuff.
My friend Real Near in the chat has said,
Live
my review of that
TTS
trailer is
game.
play for the objectives.
They definitely
you.
did, didn't he? At the end, he was like, "I could stop and try and fight this guy with the flamethrower, or I could run for the objective." It's the last turn of the
Now,
game.
when you say live
You gotta-
TTS game,
can
do
I
you
get
just
within
mean a
3 inches of
normal
it?
game?
Yeah.
Not on
Well,
TTS.
Apparently, we have
All
a
right,
video
Elk.
coming up.
All right,
Before
calm
we
down.
get to that, I will just welcome everybody because the chat is filling up
Ooh,
at
they
a
have a video.
crazy rate. There's now more than 29,000 of you. The little numbers are spinning wildly. Welcome to the Warhammer Preview Online Octarius Mission Briefing Special. I am Adam Troke. This is Eddie Eccles. And throughout the next 45 minutes or so, we're going to be taking you on a tour of the amazing new edition of Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team. We're going to be showing you some other awesome things besides. If you are in the chat and you want to pitch in,
Did you hear that?
You can try. There's so many of you. The chat is flying by.
What was
The best
it?
way to get
You just said
attention
for the
is
next
to write
45
your
minutes or
question
so,
in
we're
block
going to be
caps,
taking you on a journey
ahead
through
of
the new
whatever
edition of
question is. I'll
Warhammer
do my best to
40k Kill
answer them
Team.
all.
45
So,
minutes just for
How
Kill
about
Team?
45
cover
minutes?
what we can.
That's
Oh
more
my
than
God.
they've given us in the past
If you're
2
ready,
years.
I'm
total.
gonna
Should
I'm
we
gonna
show
have
our
to
first video.
Let's dive in.
get a drink or something.
Oh, Darren, it's saying the box is revealed already. We'll take a look at that after the stream.
Oh, Shane, it's a 3D board.
Oh, it's not grids. Thank God.
Yo.
Those models are sick. Just throwing that there.
Wow. Yo, I
the
love
squid!
the orc. I love the
squid!
orc.
It's a squig!
Wow, dude.
Oh, look at that.
Oh my god. Look at all the terrain.
So much terrain.
Boom. There
Ah!
it is. Warhammer 40,000
Give it
Kill
to me.
Team Octarius. Eddie,
I want
what
it
do you
all.
know?
So this is a brand new edition of Kill Team. I think a lot of people who watched that trailer kind of put 2 and 2 together and worked out some of the constituent elements of it. But I think what's really nice to see in that new edition box set is that it's very, very faithful to the trailer, and the box set are very, very aligned.
Wow,
Almost
dude.
a kind of scene for scene remake of that box set in that trailer. So right down to kind of the scenery in the background. The miniatures in
Dude,
there.
I'm gonna try to pick up
absolutely
multiples
stunning.
of
You've got a
these,
brand new
honest to God.
squad of veteran Kree guardsmen. You've got a very thematic and exciting
What
squad
a
of
beautiful
commandos
box,
for
like
orcs.
the look
You've
of
got
it, by the
loads
way.
and loads of scenery
And
in there.
the
You've got all
core
of the kind of
book
rules
cover,
and everything you
I
need to
love
play.
it.
It's an
It's just a
incredibly cool
beautiful
box set.
looking
Loads
product.
and loads of good stuff in there.
And it's
And I think
not
it's exactly
a
what
marine on the cover.
fans
Can you
of Kill
believe that?
Team, the sort of box that they want
I
to
can't
provide.
believe that there's a box in 40k that doesn't have Marines.
I couldn't agree more.
Great
Now,
point, Shane. Great
shot on
point.
screen where you can see the entire contents of the set laid out. It is an absolute monster.
Does
I
that...
Now I know what
That looks
everybody's.
Office yesterday,
Go ahead.
Hold on.
and,
That's
been sat next to
a
me
really
and
big board,
celebrating
right?
like
Am I
it's
just
really
like...
big.
Maybe it's
Back
just a
on
perspective.
now.
Is that
I-
bigger than a
So
normal
much
Kill
in
Team
there.
board, or is that the same
Great
size?
Rebels collection of Ork Kommandos.
No, I think it might be the same size.
I think it's the same size. It just looks big because all the terrain is big. There's a lot of terrain. Oh wait, there's 2 books. Yeah. So there's the core rulebook, and then they're probably going to talk about it, and I'm just talking over them at this point.
Something we haven't
Yeah.
really seen before. You've certainly been able to kind of have bits and bobs of in the past. But this box set for the first time basically allows you to build an entire
Okay.
Ork settlement as your kill zone. And obviously, if you're a Warhammer 40,000 player as well, you can use that and expand that across your battlefield to make an entire battlefield representing like an Ork kind of scrap shanty town.
More Orc terrain.
That you can fight
Yeah, like
across.
actually,
You've
I
got
want more-
multi-level
I want more
buildings in
Orc
there.
terrain.
There's what looks to be some kind
We
of like
have
Ork
so much.
Now all we
power
have is
plant
Orc
generatory
terrain.
thing. If you go back and watch the trailer, you can kind of pick out some of the bits of the scenery that shows up in this box set in the trailer itself.
Yeah, Eric,
there's also things like
there's a line in
barricades.
the
Some of the
middle
barricades are kind
kill
of
team
clearly
board
brought by
anyway.
the
There's already
Imperials and kind of
lines
set
in the
up to kind of give them a bit of
I don't
cover.
think that's 2
'cause
boards.
That's what you want against
No,
the amount of
that's
Dakar
not
that
2
the Orcs can
boards.
throw out. And there's also kind of some scrap piles and stuff in there as well. So what's really nice about kill team boxes generally is that you don't
It's
just
just
get
the
loads of
fold-out
cool,
cardboard
squads
kind
of
of
miniatures
board.
to kind of fight with. At least as much about the game is the battlefield itself, and the kill zone here is a really cool, evocative, thematic kill zone. And this is the sort of shantytown scrap settlement that will be dotted all over the Octarius sector. So the kill team box is set in that region of space, which is like an Orc empire that is one of the largest ones, largest kind of continuous Orc empires in the galaxy at this point. And there's loads of stuff
probably
happening there.
tactics
There's,
cards.
Tyranids kind of sweeping across
yeah.
it, trying to devour the world. The Imperium sending in kind of like kill teams like the Death Corps of Krieg we see here to kind of undermine the Orc Empire and try to kind of sabotage bits of it to make sure that
I like how they're kill team specific and they're not
kind of the
faction
setup for this
specific.
Kill team box set is one of those teams trying to undermine.
They're also
the Orc
bright,
infrastructure,
easy to
which is,
read.
easier said than done because
which
tends
is
to be like
good
its,
for a
creators
GW
push
product because
control.
some of their dice.
Awesome.
Wow.
So, chat, I've seen loads of questions.
My favorite is the guy with
I'm making a note of them,
the shotgun machine gun. It looks
we'll try
like.
and do a question roundup towards the end. So
I love the guy with the hat.
Keep them coming in.
Yo, look at the ninja Gretchen.
We'll do our best to
looks like Rouse.
some questions, maybe at Eddie's brain.
Yeah, he's got the grapnel
Here we
launcher and
have
everything.
one half of the Ork Commando kill team.
Half.
It is just incredible what like characterful models. And in answer to a question previously, yes, that was a grot with a grapple gun you saw.
Yeah, so there's loads of really cool things about this commando set. I think one of the things that obviously you'll notice if you're familiar with the current commandos is this isn't just a squad of guys with sluggers and choppers. This is a squad of specialists. So you've got loads and loads of options in this set. It's not just a case of run at them and chop them up being stealthy. You've got a guy in there who's got like a sniper rifle with like a scope on, so he's kind of leaning into that kind of spec ops trope. You've got a breacher Orc there with like an enormous great battering ram that's kind of, he's the guy who runs in and batters down the door to bunkers and stuff, but also that's going to make a mess of pretty much anything it slams into. You can imagine that, putting a hole through an Astartes. You've got the Orc Knob in the middle there, who's kind of kitted out with loads of kind of spec ops gear. He's got his kind of hat and scope and grenades and stuff. He's got loads and loads of stuff, and that is the guy from the cinematic trailer as well. You've got the Burner Boy again. We saw him in the cinematic trailer, so I think a bunch of these guys are very familiar to anyone who's seen that trailer. And you've got the Grot. So as you see with a lot of the kind of rabble that kind of follow them around, and the Grot is one of these. This is I suppose highly trained might be putting it too generously, but he's probably one of the sneakiest of all the Grots, and who'll naturally gravitate towards the commandos. A very fun little characterful guy, and in game terms, effectively what this guy does is he's very, very fast and sneaky at getting around, and he can grab your objectives while your Orcs are doing the crumping.
Yeah, a big shout out to whoever modelled him.
All
so
these
his zip is done all
models
the way up to the bottom
are
of his nose as well. Top work.
Really, really
Unbelievable.
fun. What's wonderful about all of
Yeah,
these
the
models
squig
is
is
that
so
they're
nice.
they lean really heavily
want
into
'em.
that kind of like 80s, 90s action film kind of aesthetic. So you've got all the kind of tropes of spec ops and special forces, but done in like a really orky lens. So they've all got like combat knives and little pouches, and they look like the idea of I suppose like a real commando, but kind of orcified up to 11. They're really, really fun. But bottom left there, you've got a Dakar Boy. That's similar to the idea of the guy we saw laying down the firepower with that enormous great drum mag. You've got the
I love the guy with the beanie and the machine gun
there with the knives. His thing is sneaking around and chopping people up with huge knives rather than Dakar. You've got the comms specialist in the middle there. His comms also double as a kind of short range blast pistol thing, just because Orcs are going to be as a weapon, even if it also needs to be
got
a
a
radio.
sonic blaster.
You've got a Rocket Boy there, and then you've got the
is?
Squig in the middle there, which is again very faithful.
Dude, the Squig
faithfully
is so
captured in that
good.
cinematic trailer. He looks just like him, and he looks like he's having a blast as well. Look at him.
Yeah, my favourite one, and it's purely for the nostalgia of it all, is bottom left-hand corner with the tri-barreled big shooter-looking thing. He's got one of those sort of knitted woolen hats, which are synonymous with sort of like the Royal Marines Commandos or the SAS from World War II, and it's redolent of that classic iconography and imagery of the original Ork Kommandos that came out when I was but a lad.
Yeah, do Ork's ears get cold? Maybe. I mean,
This guy's awesome.
there's
They're
a nice
all
close-up
awesome.
on
All of
the
these
Ork knob
sculpts
there.
are
I think one of the
amazing.
things
Yeah.
that's really nice about these actually is that they have quite a kind of you could probably use them for almost any Ork clan.
What do you
could
think of the
definitely
blue
paint this
nail
guy whatever
polish on
you
this
wanted
one,
to,
though?
but they look very
Very
blood actually, which is
stylish.
it's kind of your typical Ork Kommandos.
Very
lots of them
fashion
gravitate towards
forward
the kind of
Ork,
blood action.
especially with that
What is
hat.
a breacher boy?
A breacher boy is
Actually,
like
they
your
all
guy who
appear to
just
have
runs
it.
in and clears buildings, right? So if the enemy's
Breacher
hiding in a
boy.
bunker, this is the guy who runs up enthusiastically and just smashes through the front door, and then continues to smash through whatever was hiding inside the building. So he's got loads
You've got
of
a tactical key right there.
He's got a tactical key, absolutely. Yeah, so really fun. It's like we haven't seen anything like this before, and it's really leaning into that kind of special operative sort of idea. Commandos have gone from being like a slightly quirky unit of slugger boys.
Cactus, that's a
really
good
fun
point.
and
Let's not
thematic.
bring up
And all
World
of
War
these,
II when we're
abilities
talking
and
about
tools are
Krieg
gonna,
next.
make their way into Warhammer 40,000.
We
as well, which is
already
really cool. So
dodged a
you'll start to be
bullet
able to use these models and use
earlier.
not quite to the same granular level that you can in Kill Team, but they'll get some of those abilities kind of ported over into their
Like
40K
honestly,
as well.
I'm
This
I'm
guy's very cool, the
surprised
Slasher
that
boy.
Krieg is
He's
getting
got loads of
plastic
knives.
kits.
You can't quite see it there, but he's got more knives
know.
on his back.
It looks
he's
like the
got-
baddie out of an 80s action movie, doesn't he?
he definitely does. So he's got knives that he stabs you with. He's got knives that he throws at you. He's got some kind of super sneaky rules.
All right,
he
so
can
how are
kind
we
of
doing on
attack and
time?
Kill people without setting the alarm off.
Does
sort of
anybody
thing.
does
So he's
anybody know
really
what
useful.
we're okay? We're like
As you'd imagine, he's pretty deadly in close combat as well.
17 minutes in.
And probably the internet's favourites, the Bomb Squig and Commando Grot.
Commando Grot.
The Commando Grot is just so charming. It's like a hoodie done up to his nose. He's got the big boggly eyes that insinuate that maybe he can see in the dark, but who are we kidding? Grapple gun, accompanied by a Bomb Squig with a mouthful of grenades. It's everything
What a
I
great
need in my
duo. And they've put an awful lot of dynamite on that Bomb Squig, haven't they?
I can
There's-
tell you
there's a
they're
lot
probably
of
not going to talk that much
explosives. He's
about
got a mine underneath him, he's
rules
got some grenades in
during
his
this
mouth, he's got
reveal,
a
and they're
little
also
radio
not going to
antenna
tell
that
us the
presumably
price
blows
of the
him up.
box.
A very
Oh, yeah.
I think
Like that
probably
stuff
the
isn't going to
best- we've seen
happen.
a few different
We'll find out about
incarnations
that
of squigs in 40k over the
later
years, but this
on
guy
down the
might be
line when it
the
gets
best kind
closer.
of squig-sized squig we've seen so far. Very, very fun and thematic.
Look at
And here is the side
these.
I'm maybe
Oh my
marginally
god.
more
One of them
excited
has
about,
got
but
a
I'm
trench
fairly
club.
confident on this. The
Yo,
Corps of Krieg
this
Veteran
is so
Guardsman Kill
cool.
Team. Outstanding models. Really in line with that fantastic imagery and theme that was established by the Forge World team when they released those Krieg models, I don't know, 15 years ago, something like that. And these have really stayed true to that, but with some additions that are fascinating. Some of these have got very specific roles within the kill team, right?
Yeah, so this isn't a kind of. It's not quite the same as the Cadian and Catachan plastics we've seen for Guard before. This
These
is
are
very
crate
definitely
models.
a veteran squad of guardsmen. So what you see in the squad is that there's loads of options to kind of represent kill team specialists, and that's something that's common to both the Commandos and the Death Corps of Krieg. Is that this is a kit that's been designed for kill team. So you've got things like the combat specialist, you've got the medic specialist, you've got the comms guy, you've got the guy who's a sniper. You've got all the different things that you'd hope to have in a kill team can be represented. And there's options in the kit as well to let you kind of either build them as your standard guardsman or to kind of build them as one of those specialists, as well as different kind of special weapons.
That's
and all
cool.
sorts. So all the stuff you'd hope to have in that set, basically.
Yeah, we'll bust open the boxes in a little while and have a look at the frames, but there's more options even than you see here.
Wait, they said they're going to bust open the box in a little while?
This is the veteran sergeant.
I did hear that.
You know, he kind of
Sergeant
one of the fun things about
veteran.
the Kriegers is that they all have they all look the same basically, don't they? They've all the gas masks give them that kind of like slightly impersonal look. So all of the kind of character is represented through the pose and through the weapons and war gear that they've got. And there's like
Are they saying
minor little
sergeant
variations.
that is a
across
veteran
different
specialist?
miniatures
Or is that
to
like
represent
the name of the
one that's
model?
the medic or the one that's the demolition specialist or the sergeant. So this guy got a slightly fancier helmet, and obviously he's got his power sword and choice of different pistols he can have. But he's
I don't know.
fun.
That's the
Obviously, he's
thing.
guy who
That's
has
the thing with the word
maybe the most
veteran.
heroic scene in the.
They just throw that word
cinematic
around in
trailers.
Kill Team.
A,
There's
he
a
managed to take out
specialist.
Not,
There's
but then
Vanguard
he gets kind of
veterans,
roasted.
company
Plus
veterans
complete
for
missions,
Space
you know,
Marines.
he's had a roller coaster ride.
Okay, so this is
Oh, no,
Zealot
it's a Zealot
veteran.
veteran.
So a Zealot
Okay.
veteran
Well-
is effectively one of your guys who is
So now I'm-
particularly pious, who can, is
I have more
extra
questions
driven,
than
and
answers.
represented through this miniature by
Don't forget the
carrying
demo
his Imperial
Zealot
flag around with
veteran.
him and his rosary beads.
Shut
So his
up.
faith in the Emperor is higher than even the other Krieg guys, which is saying something. So he's extra dedicated to the Imperial cult and clause.
Can we get Pius Vorn, the Zealot out here?
Yeah, so this is a hardened veteran. If you look at this guy, you can see
Hardened?
not only has he got some extra medals
Ugh.
from
They got a hardened as a
probably some kind of
specialism.
heroic sacrifices that he's made earlier on.
Now I've
He's
got a
also
lot
lost
of
an arm.
questions.
So his, I think left arm you can see there from how I'm looking at it is
Used hardened.
bionic, which is kind of cool. So
Yeah, I like the way that the fabric falls
is that
across
powered?
the sort of the servo
What is
joints,
that?
the elbow.
It's
Nice,
like
it's really nice, yeah.
Which is a really
it's
lovely
just
sculpted
a hand.
detail. And he's in the middle of a mag
Mm.
change. Look at the magazine well on the las
Looks a
gun.
bit robotic.
He's empty, and he's clasping that in.
Well,
his
yeah,
bionic
no,
hand.
it
it looks like he means business. As
he
well,
obviously has like a.
he's just kind of he's unhurried. I think is the
Medals.
I don't remember the
Yeah, so
word
this
for
is a medic
replacement
veteran, which is,
arms
really
that
nice.
aren't real
Anybody
arms.
who's been following the
Prosthetic?
rumor engine,
Yeah,
knows
it's a
that
prosthetic.
medic
Yeah,
bag.
that's
I think
all
we
it
might have
is.
shown that in a rumor engine previously. But this is a guy who, well, I mean, it
I
depends,
love how
depends
all the
badly you've been hit, I suppose, but,
specialisms are
if some of you guys get hit and go down, you can kind of run
represented
over
on
and
the
pop
model.
back up again. Again, really, really nice little thematic details on it. So you've got, if you look at the head, he's got that kind of apothecary symbol on his helmet, which is different from the rest of the Kriegers. He obviously has his apothecary bag of goodness knows what to inject people with to kind of get them back and fighting. A really cool thematic little model again.
This is
Medic
everything you see
veteran.
you get in the set.
You can't make
shown
this
in
stuff up.
one galloping great big picture with fantastic terrain to fight
Yeah, so I
across
think
your
veteran.
Krieg and commandos.
I think
doing
there's just
war.
going to be like
I
Imperial
think we've
Guardsmen,
also
like
got
veterans.
an example of everything that's in. Oh, we'll get to that in a minute. So this is the terrain separately.
Wow,
Yeah,
look at
which-
that.
Go on after you.
Oh no, so it's just a really great set of terrain, isn't it? So we've seen with each edition of Kill Team that's come out, we've had a kind of a great selection of terrain, and this is no different. What's really nice about it is it's a whole Xenos battlefield, and you've got levels in there which are really important to the way that Kill Team.
That's not
plays.
true,
There's
Eric.
lots of
There's
rules in
a
Kill Team
plasma
about,
pistol on the
making sure you've
sergeant.
got higher ground, or you need to make sure you've got good lines of visibility. Because
Yeah, you can't really say it about the Krieg. They've got like 7 specialists on their team.
You're meant to have.
They
a
said,
fairly dense battlefield to play it across.
Well, they
and
have.
this
They said they're
fills
going to open the
your
box
kill zone
later,
very
and they
nicely.
said that
You can
like
also obviously
with the
use this
sprues,
to
you can
expand
either
across
build them
Warhammer
as like
40,000
those
battlefield.
specialists, or you can build them as just sort
Keep
of
those
like your
questions coming,
normal
guys, by the way.
guardsmen.
I've got about a dozen or so questions.
How do you say they don't have a special weapon when
once
one of
we've
them
had
has a
look
trench
inside the
club?
box. Here is the complete contents of
Okay, yeah.
the Warhammer
Okay,
40,000 Kill
tokens,
Team
30 by
Octarius,
22 game board.
launch set, and in it you see the Ork Commando Kill
Tactical
Team,
ops
Deathcore
cards.
Krieg,
Octarius
Rulebook,
manual.
Octarius manual, a boatload of tokens, a game board.
No idea
combat
what the
gauges and dice, and
manual.
we'll talk more
is.
a little bit more about combat gauges
Might be
in a
kill
little while.
zones.
54
make
tactical
sense.
ops
Yeah.
cards, and obviously your terrain. That is quite a lot. Of
I
stuff.
love
Yeah,
the
there's a lot
Orc
in the box. I've got
buildings.
my
I don't
box
think
next
I've
to me as
seen
well, and
those
it's pretty heavy,
before,
it's
but
pretty
they
heavy. There's
are
an awful lot of
awesome.
plastic in there, but also an awful lot of cardboard and paper and rules and stuff as well. It just looks like a hefty, chunky box. Shall we have a look inside and see if we can?
We can. And
Yeah,
I have
show us
tried
the
to set
inside
up
of the
what I would
box.
Call unboxing cam. So there you go. This is my hand. There we go. So I need my seriously retro pair of clippers to open.
Don't you have a pair of scissors or
Have we got any
something?
questions?
They couldn't have cut
particularly
it
about the
open
contents of the
before
box?
the
Well,
screen.
so
Yeah,
I mean,
really?
the questions we've got to answer are: the first one is it limited edition or made to order or what?
So
That's a good question,
this box
actually.
is going to be released as available while stocks last. So there will be we've made a lot in the same way that we did with Dominion.
Dominion. Yeah.
So there'll be lots of copies, but it won't be around forever. But the good news is that if there's any elements of the box that you're like, man, I want to make sure I can get more of those. I want more commandos, or I want more of the terrain or something. The elements will be made available separately in the future. So there's nothing that's completely exclusive to this box set. But if you want to get it in this
Okay, but how far in the
combination
future?
of stuff, then
Nobody wants to be
you
sitting
know,
around
swoop in
for
while it's
6 months
available.
waiting for heavy
That
intercessors to
sounds
drop.
good to me. Somebody
You know,
asks question why.
I don't want to go
I mean,
through
I'm
that
not going
again.
to prophesy the future, but look at the name of it, and maybe that will think a bit wider, and maybe you'll get some sense of why it might not be around forever. Another question, as we open the boxes: are the miniatures push fit or multi-part?
That's a great question. I'm going to open mine and enjoy. I know some people like to enjoy the smell of their box set. I'm definitely one of them as they open it.
What
Which
is
is
that?
Never been a box sniffer. They're
because it's made in Nottingham, right, which is where I live. So you would imagine it just smells like where I live, but there's something magical about box sets. They just always seem to smell really nice.
So much
me.
plastic.
So I'm just having. I'm going to dive straight into the orcs.
There is a lot of terrain. So a question that popped up in the chat was, are the orc glyphs sculpted on or what? I'm going to lift it up and you can see they are in fact sculpted on. If you wanted to use them for, I don't know, other hive-oriented places, perhaps you could, but you're going to contend with a few orky skulls. But you could easily turn them into not orky skulls if that is your persuasion.
So one of the things that becomes immediately apparent looking at the sprues is that there are loads and loads of options in this box. So there isn't just the kind of one way to build up your orc.
Which sprue have you got, Eddie?
I went straight for orcs,
I don't think they're pushed to fit.
Let me join you then. I'll see if I. So here you can see an orc sprue, and you're right. There is far more options. I'll do my best to just hold it steady for a moment, chat, and you can feast your eyes and try and work out what's going on. Obviously,
yeah, they're definitely not pushed to fit.
Models, so good luck.
So at a cursory glance, I would guess there's probably about twice as many heads as you need, and it looks like you can probably build every model in at least
see the
two
sniper
different
rifle
configurations of combinations of
for
weapons and
the
things,
Krieg box,
which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm also seeing alternate heads for the grots, so if you ended up with a few of those grots, you'd be able to have different versions, which is pretty cool.
I have a few sort of plastic stats for you, as it were. All of these things, all of the models in this box are plastic. It would be the first one. There are 150 components that make up the orcs in this set.
Elk. Like I'm gonna be picking up this box, like just for the models and the terrain. If nothing else, you know, no matter what the rules are, the box by itself is cool enough for me to justify
helmets and
picking this.
Asking for one particular
picking
thing.
this
I'm
up.
gonna raise it up so you can get a sense. I don't know if the camera will focus. Somebody was saying, is there an entrenching tool?
There's the shovel.
Right by my index finger.
See, there's a shovel there. Are you guys happy?
Some shovelly goodness.
There's some
actually,
shovels.
There are shovels to go on the pouches at the back, just there by my.
Oh, there's lots of shovels. Okay.
It looks to me
all shovel kill team.
Ooh, new meta. Shovel spam. Shovel spam meta incoming.
I wouldn't like to bet my life on it.
It's Militarum, so it's probably viable.
Well.
Yeah.
If you like grenades, and I do, there's a lot of grenades.
I think one of the things that's definitely true about Kill Team is that the idea is that you customize your miniatures and try and make them your own, and you decide that this one's going to have lots of grenades. Or this
we
one's
get a mastercrafted shovel.
Kind of entrenching tools. Or this one's going to be the comms guy. And
Oh, it looks like there's a flamer, a sniper rifle, and don't take the sprue away. No, bring it back.
Out of the as the kind of
I saw lots of las guns.
I saw lots of las guns.
Pouches on if you want, or no pouches if you want, or you can customize the base with like extra entrenching tools and things, or not. There's
shovel Gottfried
mixed in amongst there as well.
I'm seeing a lot of specialist weapons so far. I've spotted a melter gun, a grenade launcher, a flamer. The grenade launcher looks awesome, by the way. He's got the breech sort of barrel broken as you would with like a breech loading gun. And it looks fantastic. There's
I'm wondering if demolition specialists are just called
bayonet lugs.
So he said there's melt-a-gun on the sprue.
The officer has an option for a bolt gun, a plasma pistol, a bolt pistol,
plasma.
I guess a rifle. There's a las pistol. There's a little clock like you'd expect an officer in a trench to be using to count down before they run over. There's a
that clock is going to be really important for how your kill team plays.
I'm blown away at how many options there are.
Oh, yeah.
There's a question going around in the chat, which is
they're putting chest clocks on the models now.
With,
finally, that's what we've been waiting for all along.
Krieg models, which Forge World have been making. Looking at them by eye, I'd say they're going to fit very nicely.
Anyways, he said that there's special weapons in there: melt-a-gun, grenade launcher, plasma gun. So basically what you would get in any other Imperial Guard box. It sounds like.
It looks like you can build almost every orc as a standard commando, were you so inclined. So if you just want to have them all with slugger and chopper, I think you can probably do it. There's also some options there for the Ork Knob I can see. So the one we've seen so far already has a power claw, but there's also definitely a huge chopper in here as well if you wanted to kit him out with something a bit less technically advanced. It looks like
great. If we go back to the big camera, I
Oh
can show you
wow,
some
we've
people
got
were asking
91
about the
viewers,
heads and
Shane.
sort of how they were attached.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in and hanging out with us. I think
so
this
here
is
you can
probably
see
the
the back of the head is
most
probably where it's
viewers we've
most
had in a
useful.
live stream ever.
The head, that's it.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
It's like a whole separate item. So obviously it has the piping that goes down towards the.
If they show the
rebreather
squig again,
apparatus,
that
the Death Core Krieg
I'm
man
gonna
has in
freak
it.
out.
Is like
Of course they're
going
gonna
to
show the squig again.
want to see him.
It's the internet's darling.
Maybe you fancied Cadian heads on your Death Core. I think without too much conversion work, you'd probably.
Oh look, it's like.
So if that's
like,
floats your boat,
if I go over this way.
More terrain.
It's like I'm right in the
terrain
room
is
with Adam.
chunky. I'm not going to lie, that's a heavy piece of plastic.
The terrain is big. I was, you maybe don't get quite a scale of it from the.
Show me the
sprue.
sprue.
So far,
show me the Kriegsman sprue again,
Adeptus
Adam.
Mechanicus terrain we've seen so far, because I suppose it's Ork scale, isn't it? And you've got like some nice big doors on there as well, and kind of big generator fans. Looks like bits of it have been looted from kind of fallen Imperial stuff, but there's an awful lot of just kind of raw Ork scrap stuff mixed in amongst.
What are those big?
So this here.
What are those things on the left?
These are some look like portable barricades. Fine, but then attached to this, and maybe you can shed a little light on this.
Those are rulers.
A big stick with skulls on, and then two like.
Are those doors?
Shapes.
No,
skulls on.
they're
these,
you know the kind of like the
one of
3D printed like tool thing that I use for like measuring
use,
like an inch from a model.
Tape measures in the traditional sense. So
what it's like that.
Yeah, what you have is various different movement.
Open up that core book.
So
show us the rules.
Markers that you have represent like short range, medium range, long range, and the kind of longest range. And when you talk about how far a model
I
can
should
move,
be hosting the GW stream. Let's be honest.
It can move the.
You can hit me up whenever, dude. My DMs are open to all.
Or something like that, and also things
especially
like
DMs from GW.
Wow. The pistol range is the length of one.
There's a bolter in there. There's flamer, meltagun, grenade launcher.
I'm very excited to learn more about the rules. There's a fellow.
He said he's very more excited to learn about the rules
for the Warhammer community. Called Mike Brandt, and he's been telling me a lot about it. I believe he's been
name drops. Mike Brandt. Okay.
And I'm super excited.
Sounding good so far.
Sounds like a really different way of playing. It sounds really exciting.
Yeah, open the book.
Elsewhere in this box, we obviously have
different
some
way
books.
Of playing.
I'm going to quickly whip them open. So,
this is the part of the stream where I start pausing the live stream to dissect every single blurry image of a page.
We'll do that.
I'm not going to actually do that.
Not yet.
Of, he says 142 pages, 144 pages.
Okay.
And this has, I'll give a little flick through, guys.
142 pages.
It does look nice here. Somebody says it looks chunky. I agree. So, produced by the Warhammer Studio, OBS. So the contents we have: Welcome to the Kill Zone, 10,000 Years of War.
Keep my eyes open for
core
data
rules,
sheets.
Open play, match play, spec ops, narrative play, which sounds awesome. And then appendix and some data card segments.
Spec ops narrative play, Shane. That's what we're here for.
From a game made by the Warhammer Studio. Introduction to the things. Fantastic looking. Oh, some of the art on this is absolutely
it will be better
brilliant.
than
that is
the old Kill Team campaign, though. I can actually tell you that.
Let's call it a negotiation.
That's a low bar.
Yeah, this is looking really lovely. I won't flick through the whole thing, although I'm sure that some people in the chat would really like it.
Okay, the art is actually blowing me away right now.
Effectively inside
like that last page that he just showed, like the bottom.
All the things you need to kind of play
looked
any game of Kill
amazing.
Team, so you kind
Oh, there's Sisters of Battle in this book. Okay.
Hold on.
Narrative campaigns, and both of those have been really carefully thought about for this edition of Kill Team. One of the things that's been really successful with the last edition of Warhammer 40,000 and then with Age of Sigmar is that idea of kind of ongoing narrative campaigns and how you can kind of evolve and develop your warriors as the game goes on, and that's kind of been taken into Kill Team as well, which is really cool. And then the match play, Kill Team's always been a really slick match play experience, and the new edition is going to be no exception. One of the things worth saying is the board tile you get in there is the same size and scope as the previous edition of Kill Team. So if you've got any of the terrain
Some of
box
these
sets from the
tokens.
last edition of Kill Team that came with your Thunder 32 by, I think it's 22 by 32 board pack. That all still works. All your terrain, all the kill zones that you might have
I see,
made
like,
previously all
melt-a-bombs.
work with the new edition of Kill Team. So you don't have to worry too much about throw out all your own terrain and get new stuff. But obviously you kind of want a cool Orky Kill Team.
So somebody said, question, can you show us a stat block? Assuming a stat block, you mean like a data sheet or something like that. These are the Veteran Guardsman data cards here. So let's have a cheeky little look. I'll be honest, I don't know what all the words mean yet because I haven't read the rules.
Yeah, so this edition of Kill Team is fundamentally rebuilt from the ground up to be
a complete rework, isn't it? And it looks amazing.
complete rework. So
Okay, I see a
we
W
don't really
and a
have the time in
7.
this preview to
So
kind
I
of talk
think
through the
they've
rules in detail.
redone
If
the
only we
injury
had an
rule.
entire
I think
community
it's like
website where we could
Warcry.
feature articles explaining every detail, Eddie.
If only, Adam. And luckily we do. So if you follow the Warhammer community website over the next days and weeks, we will tell you all about
I'll come back.
the rules for the new edition of Kill Team, and there's loads and loads of stuff in there. One of the things worth saying as well, obviously, is it just Orcs and Astra Militarum? And it isn't. The back of the rulebook has a picture of some Space Marines and some Chaos Space Marines having a fight. So all of the factions that you'd expect to be in the new edition of Kill Team have made the transition into the new edition as well, and they could carry on their fight and their battle. But I think a lot of people are eyeing up those Krieg and Orcs, which have been, for the first time, really, plastic kits that have been designed with the intention of creating a kill team, which is really exciting almost as a concept just for Warhammer 40,000, because forever Kill Team has been a place where the units that you use in your army have kind of made the transition. You can make kill teams out of them, but they've never been made with that intent. Whereas now you've got kind of spec ops units specially designed to be kill teams. And if you kind of extrapolate that across the rest of Warhammer 40,000 and what the future might hold, it starts to be really exciting. So no more details on that just yet, but that could be pretty cool.
Nice little card packs, so you can slide the cards out. I'm very excited. Right, but I feel like a kid in a sweet shop.
Excited about those
probably
card
be
packs.
A grown-up on a
Me too,
live
Adam.
stream. So let me look at some of these questions. Can we build a standard infantry squad with these Krieg models? Yes. Looking at it, yes. As in, you can have 10 Astra Militarum guardsmen with las guns.
You definitely can, and more than that, you get the options for the special weapons you'd expect as well. So I think you spotted it earlier, Adam. You've got a plasma gun, a melter gun, a grenade launcher, a flamer. All the classics are in there.
Can we get the Krieg artwork separate? Probably at some point. Yeah,
we can probably do that.
That doesn't seem unreasonable. Has the size of kill teams in average game increased? Remains
I like how
to be
they
seen.
handpick the most uninteresting questions to answer.
Yeah. When can we get the art separately?
Yeah, so the list building is different.
Screen grab it, dude. Use the snip tool. Come on.
Rules, brand new environments, brand new abilities. So the points change so in the sense that you might not have the same number of models, but you can still expect it to be roughly the same size. You're still talking about a handful to a dozen.
Adam, what did you drop?
Miniatures in your kill team.
My first official kill team dice roll. Half the dice went on the floor. Sorry, everybody.
Did you roll well?
Well, I don't know.
Someone said it in
one's a
chat. They're
boring
going to
count.
spend
There you
that
go.
next
2
half hour
2 ones,
showing dice.
2 2s and a 4. Almost statistically average.
There you go.
I'll take that. So somebody said, can I count the number of heads on the death court of Krieg, Sprue? I was once asked to do a very public challenge while I was on a Hangout and Hobby. My wife leaned in through the door and passed me a jar of crinkle cut beetroot and said, could I open it? And suddenly I was being watched by like nearly 1,000 people opening a jar. So counting Krieg heads feels like a similar sort of feat of skill, and we'll leave it at that. I am aware we have eulogized over this amazing set for quite a while, Eddie.
It hasn't been a full 45 minutes.
Through those questions I was writing down and see if
there they go to the questions.
Is it a limited edition / made to order? It's going to be available while stocks last. All the constituent components within it that you might need for the rest of your collection will be available at some point as well. So don't panic, but do buy it if you like the look of it. Are the new rules new? Yes, they're entirely new and designed especially for awesome skirmish combat. Miniatures are not push fit. It's a multi-part kit, more akin to many of the models throughout the rest of the Warhammer 40,000 range. Are there rules for other teams and factions within the new edition? Yes, not inside the box. Is that right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there'll be a compendium book released alongside Kill Team at launch, which effectively rounds up all the rest of the stuff in Warhammer 40,000 and allows you to carry on playing with all the different factions.
There's a question in the
So there's going to be a
question in the stream that says,
separate
"Is there stuff other
book
than Kill
for
Team
the
in this
data
stream?" Yes,
sheets,
that's why
I
Rack is
guess.
trying to move us along because I spent too long
Yeah.
being excited about my box. Are Commandos compatible with the Ork Codex? Yes. Is there a good way to get into Kill? Is this a good way to get into Kill Team? I'd say it might be the best way to get into.
Could well be the best way ever. Yeah.
Is there a shovel? At least 3. I think 4.
At least 3. It could be 4.
Will they be available separately later? Yes. Are the glyphs opted on? Yes. When? Soon. Will Chaos Space Marines have 2?
Oh, cool. They said
Edition? I don't
soon.
know,
It's
because I don't
coming
know
out
what's
soon,
happening in Kill
Shane.
Team
Don't
yet.
worry.
I think things have got loads of wounds. Right.
That's the
Cool.
release
This has
date
been
is
amazing. I
soon.
hope you're as excited about Kill Teams as we are. Why don't we play another video and we'll be right back.
Wait, another video? What do you mean another video? Oh, okay. So this is big 40K.
All right.
Commander, the intelligence report has arrived.
Finally. Put it on the screen.
Mission is completely overrun.
Hello.
Boxcars to the north subfrequency.
Been out there, right?
This is evacuation code Omega 44. All personnel with clearance Delta or above. This is report to the nearest. We need reinforcements. Copy. Final evacuation order. Planet is gone. Move!
Which system is this? What am I looking at?
All of them, sir. The entire sector.
And Crispman, his arrogance is called in.
This is General Order Alpha 9. Xenos threat level forlorn. Report.
I'll put everything you have on Sigma Ostari now.
Issue Order 827 Extremis. Activate the kill teams. I need to know what's going on in the
Oh, it's Kill
Octarius
Team
sector.
related.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So they said the word Kill Team.
Huh.
Boom, there it is. An exciting palette cleanser to move us on from the Kill Team and back into the more mainstream Warhammer 40,000. Eddie, what did we just see?
Cool. So this is Octarius, Warzone Octarius, which is the next big narrative jump for Warhammer 40,000. Kill Team ties into this because the Kill Team new box set is set within this region of space, but all of Warhammer 40,000 is going to be impacted by this new narrative. For those of you who know your Warhammer 40,000, Octarius is a region of space which is a vast Ork empire. And what the Imperium has basically done is they've directed a Tyranid hive fleet into the middle of this Ork empire in the hope that what would happen is they would sort of wipe each other out and mutual destruction would follow. That didn't actually happen. What happened was that the Tyranids managed to
There are
going to
be updated rules for Orks and Tyranids in this book, though.
And the Orks have had the time of their life fighting against these massive, enormous monsters and got even tougher and stronger. And now both huge enemy armies, the Tyranid hive fleet, Leviathan,
Those Orks at the bottom right of the
massive
screen
Ork
look
war are both
awesome.
stronger than either were to start
they
with, and
do.
are now threatening to break out of the Octarius region. And the Imperium is desperately trying to A, keep them contained, and B, undermine both of these different forces by kind of surgical strikes, including things like the Kill Team missions that we know about, undermine both the Tyranids and the Orks to make sure that there isn't a clear winner in this battle. But effectively, it's just a really cool narrative thing for Warhammer 40,000. We haven't really explored this before. We've seen
the fact
Octarius
that they said
mentioned
soon and they're showing
in
this
kind of,
month,
footers and codexes,
or showing this
kind of like
much, tells me
throwaway
that it's probably
lines,
going to be
the
out
odd
in the
bit of
next month
fiction
and a
here and there.
half.
I
This is
would
the
I
first
would
time we're
say
really
so,
gonna dive
yeah.
into that sector of detail and find out what's going on.
August,
there's an
September.
awful lot of stuff going on.
I would guess
political
late
perspective
August.
In there. You've got inquisitors with various different agendas who think that they should let the Tyranids win, or some of them think they should let the Orks win, or some of them think they should keep them contained. Some of them think that's the terrible idea. There's all these kind of different shadowy figures pulling the strings in the background. And on the front lines, you've got these immense kind of three-way battle going on between the Tyranids and the Orks and the Imperium that are desperately trying to keep them into this this sector.
Maybe
And all of
Byrnid
this
can
is
return
wrapped
to
up in a new
Tyranids. I
campaign
thought
book
Byrnid
that
is
brings
still kind
loads
of
and loads
rocking with
narrative, but also
Tyranids.
brings loads of
At least with
lots of different
like
ways to play
40K
through
related.
this narrative campaign,
Him
but
and
also
Glass have a
different
new
armies, as you
podcast
expect. So it's a really fun thing
that you guys should go and
for
check
Warhammer
out.
40,000 if you're into your
They're
narrative.
like just getting into
It also gives,
40K. So
people,
kind of like
from quite a wide spectrum, something
just
to be excited
following
about
them on
Warhammer 40,000.
their
Essentially,
on
if
their
you are
journey to
Imperial
getting
from a
good in
number of
40K.
different, sort of factional leanings. If you're into Orks, if you're into the Tyranid hordes, then there is something here for you, and that is a delight. Well, that's cool. We are not done by any stretch. Should we?
The
should we go to what I think
podcast
might be my
that
favourite segment?
Glass and
I
Byrne do
got
is
pretty excited
called
about it, but
Battle
this might also be
Forged.
my favourite segment.
You can find it on Spotify. There's
Right,
another video.
you gits.
Oh, it's Orcs.
Enough mucking
Oh.
about with them plans. The boss says it's time
for the war.
Love the caveman paintings.
This seems like Beast Nagus.
Oh, it definitely is.
Is we've got even bigger squigs. Whoa.
Dude, that voice.
Squigs!
And they're dead.
Ah!
The
I love
boss
him.
has got himself a squig with massive teeth to ride on. He ain't gonna walk like the rest of you sad lumps.
I know this isn't Kill Team, but I love it.
Whoa, that guy looks awesome.
He's the boss. He can do what he's fucking well likes. Doomies reckon they's got a gargan all nice and dead. They'll never suspect the boss is using it as a super shooty command center. Also, I heard the great white squig is here with that hard as nails boss scrag badge. So even the regular boys have got some new stuff. And about them copters, the mechs
No.
to build since Blackreach.
They redid the mech
To
copters?
remember them again. Right.
That is
That's
something that
the
people have been
sick
asking for as long as I've been in this
Time
hobby,
to
is them to
get
update those
stucky.
Blackreach Ork helicopters.
I want that big squig in Kill Team. Just the squig. Come and
Big
What an
dead
amazing
squeak.
trailer with so much stuff
big squid.
for the orcs covered off in it. Big shout out to the Deathcopter reference as well. Maybe my favorite thing in a video today. Eddie,
That was pretty meta.
should we talk orcs?
Yeah, so just loads and loads and loads and loads of orcs is basically what we're getting. So this is
What in
one
the
of the
hell?
largest 140,000 releases we've seen
Love
for
it.
quite some time. This is on the same scale, I suppose, as what we've seen for Necrons and for Space Marines
Kill
last
rig.
year.
So cool.
Just absolutely oodles of orcs, loads of different stuff. Some really
Eric, don't
weird,
remind me of the
wonderful,
Hobbit
wacky,
movies,
I
wild
love
please.
it.
all coming along.
I
with,
love this
with the
thing.
brand new codex when it drops.
Oh, this thing is
This-
so
This is
good.
probably the biggest. This is the biggest kit, and it's just enormous. This is a kill rig. Effectively, what you've got here is this is the Beast Snagger kind of transportation system. They've got loads of kind of big scary weaponry stuff on the back of a rig. They've attached the rig to an enormous great squig creature at the front of it, and then at the top at the back there they've got an orc psyker which is kind of chained into this kind of huge orc effigy skull thing, which basically blasts laser bolts of pure wire energy at the enemy as it charges forward. The thing is like the size of a bane blade. It's enormous. It's got a kind of really weird sort of almost nautical sort of theme. It looks almost like a bunch of orc whalers on the back of a ship.
So we're
doesn't
getting
it?
this guy in Kill
yeah.
Team, right?
There's a
Well, and just to pick on that.
So how are you
Matthew's
feeling
next
about
slide along,
orcs in
the kit
40K,
makes
Shane?
two options. The first one is with a weird boy on the tower channeling
I love me
crazy
some
orc
orcs.
psychic power.
I will
And then
tell
this one
you
is quite literally orcs out to
that
catch
whatever
something big.
this thing
Fits
is,
beautifully with the sort of motif.
it's going to be a
of,
lot less expensive than
Beast Snagger orcs.
25 Beasts
so
of
there's loads
Nurgle.
of really cool fun stuff for the orc army as well. So you've got a harpoon on the back of it.
you
There,
may
so
be
you can
right.
imagine this thing like riding alongside next to like an Imperial Knight or something and trying to harpoon it through the leg and drag it over. You can also use it as a transport thing, so you can fit, I think, 15 of your Beast Snaggers on the back of this. So you can, if you want,
Pile them on it.
yeah, you can have a
Of course.
mechanized Beast Snagger army pulled by squigs, which go charging off into the middle of the enemy army, and it kicks out an enormous amount of damage as well. So not only is it a transport system, it's got loads of guns on the back. It's absolutely ferocious.
Yeah,
in close
Eric, I
combat.
was
The orcs
thinking
are
that.
like a
Very
fight
Mad
big, enormous
Maxy.
squig thing
Like,
you
I'm
can
excited
fight.
to see what
You can
conversions
use it
people
as a
do with
delivery
this.
mechanism to put some Beast Snagger orcs right into the heart of the enemy army. They're really good in the game. The model looks incredible. It's just a really fun concept. So you can imagine, a weird boy version of one of these, backed up by a few hunter rigs, as the kind of core of your army, packed full of boys and off charging into the middle of the enemy army.
I'll want an Inquisitor
new
retinue
Beast Boss
faction
model?
for Kill Team. I do too.
Yeah, so we haven't seen
What's
a
the
Beast.
deal with a beast boss?
Like, I want to
So
do
Beast
one
Boss-
of
so
those
Beast
as
Boss is
a.
kind of the War Boss equivalent.
This is amazing.
For Beast Snagger orcs.
I fully
And
expect
effectively,
Chaos
this is a
Marines
guy
to
who
stay at
fights
one
some of the
wound in this
scariest
update,
enemy
facing
monsters
7
and
wound
and
Who said
guardsmen.
that?
through its head.
Who said
As you can
that?
see on his back
Did
there, he's
James
got
say that?
pelts
No,
and
somebody,
skulls
Oh.
of the
somebody
various
said
different
in the
creatures
chat.
to take down over the years.
Excellent.
That's
So this
funny.
is the guy who leads the charge. Obviously, he can jump in the back of one of those new hunter rigs as well if he wants to, and get into the enemy nice and quick. He's also got a little squig targeting shooter on his back because he's not really too fussed about shooting himself, so he leaves the shooting to his little targeting squig he's got there.
I really like the detail of he's got a bionic arm on one end, but you can see the hand inside the claw for how the power claw
Beast
works on the other end,
boss,
and it looks like
man.
a snake's mouth.
They're so cool, man.
Yeah, so
Really cool.
Beast Snaggers
Wow.
are very associated with the snake bites for the orcs, and this guy here is the best example of that. This is Mozrog.
So cool.
Oh.
Bad. This is the rider of Chomper, the Great White Squig. This is a new named character for snake bites, and the biggest
Great White Squig.
baddest, beast boss of all, basically. He's almost
I'm
kind
gonna
of like
get
a
it.
myth,
I'm gonna paint the
in
squig
orc
purple,
culture.
and I'm
He
gonna
was
name
eaten
it
by
Barney.
a Squigoth at one point, but he was so tough
you
that
go.
Squigoth spat him out, which is why he's got bionics down one side of him. So his Squigosaurus, as they call it, that he rides around on, is the biggest, scariest example of its breed, and he himself is
Oh, look at the
effectively like
tattoos.
a war boss. So that is an absolute wrecking machine in close combat. You can imagine this leading the charge.
Oh,
for
yeah.
a whole bunch
Yeah, all of
Beast
these
Snakes.
models are just so
Yeah,
amazing.
and then of course the
He's
kit
got that
gives you two
Dwayne the Rock
options.
Johnson tattoo.
So you just want a regular beast boss, but you don't want him to walk like all the peons. Then here you have the beast boss on Squigosaur option. Again, an incredible model. You really are super spoiled for choice with the beast snaggers and the orcs in general. Incredible looking model.
I think what you don't quite get from that miniature alone is just the sheer size of the thing. Like, it is
Yep.
enormous. It towers over a dreadnought. That is a
Oh,
war
I
boss
love
size
these
of it, not
boys.
just a kind of regular sized orc. So it is a
They are
big
so
old miniature.
far and away an improvement
Now,
from
a
the
few
old
eagle-eyed
boys.
people spotted as we were talking through Octarius, or indeed as we were.
Love that knob with
as
the big
people
chopper.
from the back of the
Yes,
Gaunt's Ghost
yeah.
box, there might be some new orc boys on the town, and they are dead right. There are. And these are they.
Yeah, so a great new selection of orc boys. They've got all the stuff you'd expect, shooters and sluggers and rocket launchers. and
Somebody in
stuff.
chat,
In some
if
ways,
Death Denied is
kind of,
back to
perhaps
2CP and
not
the new
most
version
exciting
as a
part of the new
typo,
orc
I'm
release
gonna
because
flip.
You've got these kind of huge, great centerpiece kits, but
Is there any doubt?
probably the thing that you're going to include
Yeah.
most of in your army. So it's great
Oh,
to have
that
some new
knob.
options. They're not so wildly different from the current ones that they wouldn't sit nice and at home alongside the current range.
I
a
love
lot
the
of
guy
orc
with
players
the
like
big
me
shooter.
spent an awful lot of time painting.
I was
up
gonna
their
say,
orc boys.
all
I
the
think
like a
I've got
gorilla.
20,
All the
all the
shooters look
shooters,
awesome.
painting completeness,
Yeah.
so, it's nice to have these at the same sort of scale, but they certainly add a lot more dynamism and a lot
Like
more
they
options.
look
So you've got ones that
they
have
look
your
like
forward, you've got
ramshackle
ones that
orc
are kind of
weapons,
mid
like how they're
chop, you've got
supposed
ones
to.
in,
Well, like
holding their heavy
they,
weapons in much more dynamic ways.
like I'm
than,
not
you
pained
should.
when I look
If-
at
if
them
you
the
are a
same
war
way I
boss
am
with
when
a
I look at like
sizable
some of the
war
older
already, these are gonna
older
go really
sculpts,
nicely
if that
inside of
makes
it.
sense.
Yeah, and if you're starting a war from scratch, then you can either kind of mix them in with the other ones. or
Mitch
you
is
could
gonna
just go
flip
for
when he
new
hears
stuff.
about this because
Death
Mitch had
Sculptors, it's been
the
a
Black
while.
Reach
It's been a little while. So
box.
we've had a kind of
and those
resin
he's
one for a little
told me
while, but it's
about these
certainly not the same.
Def Copters.
Certain players of a certain vintage will remember Assault on Black Reach, which came with loads of Def Copters, but that had been for a very long time the only place that you'd ever been able to get hold of them. So now what you've got is a new multi-part Def Copter kit. It's got loads of cool options in it. You can kind of have a look at some of the things already there. You've got a kind of big bomb on that lead one, and a zappy gun that's different from the standard weapon we've got. All the rest of them are kind of packed with rockets and stuff. They're not so dissimilar again from the Black Reach ones that if you've got a war that's including some of those classic Def Copters, you certainly could have these sitting alongside them and they wouldn't look wildly out of place. But
I just noticed that somebody in the chat pointed out a feature which has killed me. There's little rockets on the prop blades. Of
yeah,
one of the-
how'd you think to make it spin, right?
I didn't notice. That's amazing. Thank you, whoever that was in the chat who said that. Fahrenheit 42. I've looked at these.
No,
several
that's not a
times and-
Krieg helmet on the
I
big
love
shooter.
the one with the chopper there, because he's you can imagine like an orc mentality of like, I've got a helicopter now, it's got rockets, but I'm
Krieg
also
helmets are
gonna
like
take with me a
later
big
war,
knife
World
because I'm
War
not even
One,
close enough that I can also
German,
stab
French
someone while I'm riding my
hybrid
helicopter.
helmets.
I think
It's,
only
it's
orcs,
optimistic,
Uh,
isn't it?
only orcs would go for it. So this
The
is this is
spike
coming kind of
helmets
out-
are
and
like
this is,
early
the
German,
Big Ed boss bunker. What is a big Ed boss
which they
bunker?
definitely
It
went for
is
like a
effectively
biker look,
Gargant's head
so
that
it
has
makes
been
sense.
either decapitated or they haven't quite finished building the rest of the Gargant yet. And effectively, it is the command center for your war boss. So if you have
This
either a beast
terrain,
boss or a war boss,
it's
or
another
kind
piece of
whoever,
terrain that
big
you're
mech,
never
or
gonna
whatever you
see
want
on the
to use
table,
to lead your orc
probably.
army, you can sit him
Like
in the middle
every
of this, you can
faction
kind of shout
has
his commands through the
terrain
orchestra
now.
speaker system
That's like
on top
faction
of that, and
specific
all of
for
the boys
40k.
nearby
I
know
haven't
what's going on.
seen Anybody
it's also
use
got,
it.
like, absolutely oodles of shooters all over it, so you
Seriously,
can,
in any games.
put, like, just bolt on a whole
I see
bucket
some
load of
people
shooters onto the battlefield
saying
if you
that
want to.
they've
And
made
it
Kill
sits
Team into
really
Warcry.
nicely
I think it's too
alongside
early to
all
say
of the
that.
Orc terrain, if
Yeah.
you're so inclined.
What we do know
Octarius
is
Kill Team set,
they're
this
probably
units to that Kill Team
changing
set would,
the injury
fit
roll
right in,
mechanic based on
your
the wounds and
battlefield,
stuff that we
little,
saw on that data
scrap
sheet.
town, which I do and will be doing.
Yeah.
I love it.
But you
Also
know,
like the
there's a lot of
loud
other
hailer
stuff
things at
that
the
we
top
need to know.
You can just
for,
imagine an orc standing there being like, "Oi, oi, oi, charge!"
Like
it."
how
You can give it large,
activations
see shell
work.
sorters around,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Basically, how the game is played.
Wow,
It's a
there is
little
lot
early
of
to
orc
tell.
stuff on the horizon, and orcs are bearing down on us quite soon. Is that right?
They are coming very, very soon. So, previous previews, we have announced the Beast Snagger Army launch box, and we can reveal today that that will be available to pre-order next Saturday. So, if you're excited, next Saturday, if you're excited about orcs, you do not have to wait very long at all before you can start getting your hands on some of those. That is the one with all of the Beast Snagger infantry. It's got the Beast Snagger Squig Hog boys, a few characters in there as well, and perhaps. Most importantly of all, if you are a diehard Orc fan, it has your new Orc Codex. That's the first place you'll be able to get your hands on that. And then, if that box isn't your speed,
Wait,
the rest of the Orc stuff will be along very soon after it. So not long at all to wait. If you're an Orc player, you are about to be absolutely spoiled because you've got that box set. You've got Kill Team on the way, which has your whole battlefield of Orc terrain and your new commandos.
It's going to look
You've
great,
got
isn't it?
all of your amazing squigs. You've got new boys. You've got Death
Yep.
Doctors. You've got a bunch of Snakebite characters coming. You know, if this is basically the best year ever if you're an Orc.
Yes, I think.
Yeah,
you could
Matt,
be
I'm
right.
100%
So,
with you on that. I would
I
want
think I'm going to have to.
I would
check
want my
notes. We've
models to
gone
have more
blasting
wounds
through so much stuff
than
so very fast. We are 10
than like
minutes
do
behind
the like the
schedule. I
whole
hope
like
you've
flesh
enjoyed
wound
yourselves as
thing.
much as we have. Now is the part where it says
The
begin to
more
ramp up,
variants out of
which
the
means,
game, the better.
One, we just resolve of people who to stay in.
I'm
because,
sad to see injury rolls go away. I don't think anybody. I
will
think
begin to
you
wrap
may
up
be the only
by
one.
thanking
In
the
all
Oh, I
honesty.
didn't. I did not
37,500
mind injury
people
rolls.
currently in the
I
chat
didn't have a huge
enjoying
problem with it.
this incredible Warhammer preview
Like
online.
I
thought they were
I
fine.
told you like last night like
Octarius with plastic
like I kind of had a problem with it, but then I just like got over it. But like I'm not upset to see it go, you know, because there were so many different ways that you can improve upon that system, or like better ways of implementing a different system. Oh yeah, there's still going to be saves. There's not.
We have got orcs, like a literal green tide.
Oh well, actually, I can't even remember if there's like saving throws. There's saving if you have to roll to save in Warcry or anything, or if it's all just dependent on your opponent. I don't remember.
Eddie, thank you for knowing all this stuff, making me look just a little bit.
Just love Orcs.
Making me look just a little bit cleverer than I maybe really am. For Raph for pressing the buttons and being an absolute savant with all the images and stuff, and for organising the quiz. I hope everybody enjoyed that ahead of time. To Notley and the Moderati, who have made sure that the chat has flowed smoothly. It has been a delight. Last time we did one of these things, somebody complained.
All
in
right,
the
so
chat
they're wrapping
we
up.
didn't leave them with a tease
Okay.
at the end of the show.
Let
So we're
me
gonna say
see.
goodbye.
Let's see here. No saves in Warcry? Eee. Well, we'll have to see how it plays out. I'm gonna message Glass now and see if he's ready.
Okay. Ooh, is this Templars
Templars? What are you looking at?
on the stream?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
This is just all my favorite things.
You enjoy the emotes, and I hope I make.
Serve the Emperor.
Oh god, I'm sorry guys.
In
We
the
missed it.
name of Dawn.
Whoops. Sorry guys. I never expect them to like actually preview anything at the end when they're wrapping up. Looked
Yeah,
like they
they
were
were-
previewing Emperor's Champion.
Yeah, it was a teaser.
Yeah. I saw that short little vid. Yeah, so they picked up another YouTube video maker for their whole thing.
Cool.
Of course, they stuck Marines in somewhere. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, I'm gonna bring up the Warhammer community page and see if there's an article that we can take a look at.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. There is an article, but it's very there's not much.
Yeah.
There is like a video, but it's just the one they showed us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's in the box? What's in the box? Yeah, so I mean, Shane, what do you think?
I'm excited. I did say as long as it's not like hex based, I'll be, I'll be open to anything
Yeah,
as long
right.
as it's not hex based. It's still clearly a skirmish game. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of rules changes. The concerns that I have is that I'm worried that like Pariah Nexus is like not valid.
Oh,
A
yeah.
lot of the pages in that book seem totally irrelevant. And it's been 3 months. I hope that that's not the case, but we'll see, right? Everything they've said so far seems like they want it to be, like aligned with 40K and stuff, and like a stepping stone to 40K. And now I'm wondering, like, how close to that are they still?
Yeah, because looking at those rules, at least like those quick flip throughs that they did for the rulebook, it doesn't really look like they're, you know, it's not 40K. It's not 40K. It's like it is 40K, but it's like there's 7 wounds on a guardsman now. So it's so it's like obviously
Yeah.
not. It's not going to play like 40K. The data sheets are going to be completely different with like some similarities, but yeah, I'm happy that the game, it feels like now with all these like kill team specific sculpts and with like all those data sheet changes we saw, that this game now has like its own identity. And I think that was something that was really holding Kill Team back for the longest time.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So I definitely like the whole I'm seeing 100% Pariah Nexus is useless. We definitely do not know that.
Yeah.
let's
let's not get crazy and get mad because there's some changes coming. Yeah, like the game is completely being redesigned from the ground up. That's not a bad thing. I have Pariah Nexus, and I'm more excited about this than I am upset about that being potentially like null and void, you know?
Yeah.
Because I think that this has the potential to be a better game going forward. And I think it will be.
Hopefully.
So yeah, you can go and check out this Warhammer community article. There's not really anything that you haven't already seen when you were here, but I don't know. You can go and save a picture of the art as a screensaver or something. That freaking guy. When can we get the art separately? What do you mean? Use the snip tool. Ugh. Yeah, let's see here. All right. Let me bring up Glass's stream here.
The accessibility alone, even forget the price. Charge triple the amount for these models, it's still going to be cheaper than anything in 40K. If this catches, just because of how accessible it is, and that's why
Yeah, M3 is an interesting thing too. That was another thing that was said.
Yeah, I
But
saw that. I'm like, what does
personally, I'm at the
M3
point where I
mean?
would like to grow my channel. I would
Like that
love,
has me
I
kinda.
genuinely love to grow
It
my
could
channel all the way
be.
up
That
to
has me
I think.
kinda shook.
okay, 100%.
So I mean, save 5
That's
up.
my
There's definitely still
preference,
saves. I'm looking at some
whatever
data
the thing
sheets
is,
right
I hope
now.
it's good enough that everybody loves it.
If you go to your
This is what I want
Discord
to do.
DMs, we
I
can
want
pull up a
good
screenshot right
other
now.
people to enjoy
Oh,
my
okay.
own. I want it to be both competitive and I want it to have an engaging campaign system, just like Warcry did. I want this to be the
API?
game. I know
APL?
that
What
Games
is that?
Workshop has the ability to do it.
Two?
They've made their slips and their slides in the last 3 years with their different releases. This could be the culmination of everything they
Moon
want.
7. I don't see anything like
Sorry, guys.
strength or toughness.
If the current 40k crowd sees that it's not using
Wait,
their
why are we?
data sheet,
Don't worry
Why is
about it.
Glasses
Don't worry
on our
about it.
stream?
Oh, I had brought his stream up just to see where he was at. There we go. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay. So yeah, we've got this screen grab here from the stream. All right, so let's see.
Yeah, it definitely seems like there's multiple activations per model, maybe. Rather than, you have movement phase and you do one activation.
Yeah. Let me see if I can read the text for the sniper.
It's really hard to read. I see bayonet and lasgun. Sergeant veteran. He's got a chain sword.
Yeah, I can't really read anything. So I do see something. I see charge. I see fallback. So those are obviously still in the game. But they could be different. They could be like Warcry. I don't know, guys. We honestly just don't have enough information.
Each time the guardsman is activated, as long as it moves something, as long as it performs a normal move, charge, or fallback. And then there's some other stuff that I can't read.
Yeah, I know. The picture is pretty low quality. But yeah, I mean, I'm hyped for it. So I hope you guys are hyped for it too.
I mean, a lot of people have complained about the initiative thing. This could be an answer to that if like activations are changed.
Yeah.
The fact that yeah. I'm sure there's going to be leaks in the coming days, but
yeah, there's going to be leaks. They're going to be talking about it on the Warhammer community page. You can just like tune in there and keep up with that. And then we're going to keep you guys updated once we know these changes. So if anybody knows anything, hit us up. So we can talk about it and get that out to everybody. Hope we can just get the box and it doesn't get scalped out. Okay, so here's the thing. There's a lot of people who are very concerned about not being able to get this box because, they put the Krieg Guardsman in there. Everybody's going to be buying it. Yeah, there's going to be hype for it. Well, like, look at, like, the Pariah Nexus box. Like, everybody was like, all the Space Marine players are going to buy it for those heavy intercessors. Dude, I can go down to my shop. They've got like 5 or 6 Pariah Nexus boxes obviously at like 30% off right now because they're not going to be relevant soon. But like they're not hard to get if you have a local game store close by. I pre-order all my stuff through the local game store that I have, and I am yet to have a problem. So like if you're having trouble getting it on the GW website, just go to your local game store, and you're going to be helping those guys out better anyway.
I'm pretty sure we still have a Rogue Trader at our local game store, so
I don't think so, actually. I think that I think that the store may have, like, I don't know, sold it on eBay or something.
Yeah. Did someone snag it?
Yeah, no, I remember because I went back and I was looking for it, and I'm like, if they got it in the sales section, I'm gonna get it because this was back when you were really high on Gellerpox, and of
Yeah.
course they didn't have it. But like for like 2 Black Fridays, they had the same box on like
Yeah.
the 50% off table. And I just didn't want anything to do with it. But
Trying
yeah,
to look. I'm looking at the weapon stuff. I see the ballistic skill weapon skill is baked into the weapon stat line rather than the model, which is interesting.
that is interesting.
I mean, it definitely makes it a bit less confusing for models that are like -1 to hit because they have like a power fist or something. Instead, it's just like power fist hits on 4, chainsword hits on 3.
Yeah.
Is that damage? I wonder. I
What
wonder if
is
the damage
so
is going to be like.
so I
Warframe.
know AP is a thing, but what is like APL?
I think that's activation something. Like I think that's related to activations.
Yeah.
What I don't know is the GA and what is that DI?
I think that I
Don't
think
know
that
what
might
that
be DF, which
DF. Oh,
I
might be
mean could
DF?
be like
Defense?
defense. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then there's also save, so it's like
Yeah.
are they trying to do like a parry mechanic?
Is it like a yeah, maybe it's like I mean, I can't imagine that they would get rid of like strength and toughness. That would be confusing for people jumping from kill team to 40k.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is that like it's not 40K anymore. It's like it's its own game now.
It's weird because it feels like they've been pushing the idea that they want it to be like a stepping stone for so long, and then for them to like change it so much is so like odd to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not on the inside. We're not on the inside with GW and their decision making, but I mean, hey, I'm hyped for it. Blue says confirmed for August. That lines up. Why does the sergeant veteran have less wounds than the sniper and trooper?
Probably because it doesn't. I think that's an 8, not a 6. I would assume that the sergeant doesn't have
Yeah.
less wounds than the regular.
Yeah, this is a very blurry image.
Yeah, the triangles. I was wondering about that. I'm not
believe
sure.
though. I think those denote what kind of specialisms you can take. That kind of doesn't make any sense either. They're not very clear to read.
Yeah, you would think the troopers and the snipers could be.
Yeah, I don't know why the gunner would be. Oh, because those are at the bottom of the data sheet. So the ones that the sergeant and veteran gunner that we're seeing are cut off in this image.
Yes, you're right. And I bet that there's only one lit up at the bottom of the sniper one, and I bet that's like a sniper specialism.
Yeah. There's only like 4, which is like, are there only 4 specialisms?
Maybe. Well, it could be different teams have different specialisms available to them. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah. We don't know. They've completely rebuilt this game from the ground up. So
I do know that I mean they said that there's going to be a separate book with all the data sheets. That sounds like the book that I want to own.
Yeah, for sure. And you're going to need that book if you're not playing Death Korps of Krieg, or if you're not playing Death Korps of Krieg, or if you're playing frickin' Orks.
What is the gun that it says on the sniper veteran? Do you see that above the bayonet?
Probably like Las Sniper or something.
I mean, it doesn't look. Well, it's ballistic skill 2, so there you go.
Yeah, I can't read what that makes out, but I see 4 ballistic skill 2 damage.
It looks like 2/3 for the bayonet, which tells me that it might be like the way that Warcry does damage, where you can like crit and the crit
Ooh,
is like the
yeah.
second one, and it does more damage.
Yeah.
Which is weird. I wasn't
Yeah.
crazy about that. I mean, we'll see if it's even the same. It could be a totally different thing.
I think the first number is the weapon profiles. In the weapon profile is range. So a lasgun has like 4-inch range?
That seems weird.
Yeah, it's very weird. Like, what are these inches? Are these just like abstract? Like, do you have to use like the proprietary ruler in order to measure this distance? Like, that can't be the case. But so a lasgun is range 4, while their movement is range 3. Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know. It's a whole new game, and I have really no point of reference other than Warcry. So what I can tell you from my experience playing Warcry is that playing Warcry, just the act of playing it, is a lot easier, a lot less cerebral maybe, than Kill Team. And that's just down to how the game is designed. So I'm down for an easier to play Kill Team, if that makes sense. No, inches aren't used. Yes, you have to use the rules. Well,
The
yeah.
ruler is what he's
the
saying.
rulers.
Maybe. Oh, that might be a typo.
Oh.
I'm assuming. Maybe. Yeah, the special rangefinders.
It's like Legion. Oh, like Star Wars Legion. Okay.
I
that
mean, I
makes
think
sense.
this game is still going to be. I mean, people are seeing changes that are like remind them of Warcry. I don't think this game is going to be like Warcry. I mean, I think it's going to be not like Kill Team as we know it, but I don't think it's actually going to be that much like Warcry. I mean, you look at all those weapon options that the Sergeant Veteran can take. Like how many like Warcry models have that many options?
Yeah. I saw somebody in chat say, so this is like Warcry, but you can actually customize it. And maybe. I mean, it looks a lot more, and you have a lot more, dude, what do you call it? I don't know. Agency. You got a lot more agency with exactly what you want to bring than you would in Warcry. All right, so Glass just DM'd me. Oh God, it's on stream. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
All right, yeah. So what do you guys think?
I am just like tirelessly pouring through this one grainy screenshot right now.
Get the magnifying glass.
Oh, you know what's cool?
Ah.
Here's something we didn't notice. At the bottom where it says like the keywords, right? Like Imperium, Estra Militarum, it says regiment, meaning that I think subfactions are still a thing.
I would hope so.
I mean, if the game is up from the ground, like built from the ground up back up, you know, like any confirmation that we still have certain things that we had before is a big deal. Like I think like subfactions being a thing still is really cool.
Yeah. All right, Shane, I'm going to hang up, and then we're going to go get into a Discord call with Glass and talk more Kill Team.
Sounds good.
To hear them, I hope.
Hello.
Yo.
Hello.
Oh, hold on, guys. I've got you coming out of my speaker.
Oh, no.
That's not what you should be coming out of. Damn. Classic stuff. Oh, I've got no idea how to change this. No, I found it. All right, output device.
Let us know.
Okay. All right, you're coming out. Stream. Can you hear them now?
Hello, stream. Hello, glasses stream.
Hello.
Oh, they can definitely hear you. Yeah.
All right,
Redlining that
cool.
immediately. Cool.
There
Cool,
we go.
cool.
Okay, so this is Ryan and Shane from Command Point. We decided earlier after the GW stream we're gonna have a little chat. You guys are streaming to your audience. I'm streaming to mine. I assume that everybody already knows everybody. To be honest with you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Like we have the same audience. So.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Cool. What have you guys thought about it?
I mean,
No.
I'm blown away by all the physical stuff in it.
Mhm.
I just want it. I'm gonna get it no matter what. Honestly, it just looks amazing.
Okay, so I have
For
a
sure.
big bust break here for
Breaking
everybody.
news.
That I'm just breaking news. The
Oh, okay.
website, the Warhammer website, has got the factions listed. I don't know if you already knew this, Glass.
Oh.
But the I'm seeing Space Marines, Grey Knights, Imperial Guard, Forge World, Ecclesiarchy, Talons of the Emperor, Thousand Sons.
Whoa! Talons of the Emperor.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
So that's going to be
Commando?
Custodes and Sisters of Silence, which is something that a lot of people have wanted for a long time, because like both of those factions needed that.
Traitor Space Marines. Hold on, Orcs. There's multiple Orc factions. There's Commandos and there's Greenskins. There's
nice.
Demons.
Where is this?
Yeah, where are you seeing this?
I'm gonna send this to you guys on Discord so you can look at it.
Okay.
All right.
My mind is being blown here. I haven't clicked on any of these. I'm just looking at the factions.
Oh,
Craft
okay.
Worlds, Veteran Guardsmen, Troops, Comorites, Traitor Space Marines, Cadre, Mercenary, Tomb Worlds.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Hunter Cadres, Greenskins, Brood Covens, Hive Fleets. So this is cool. I want to click on all of them.
Okay, well, hold on. Let's click together, all right? Where are we clicking first? Where are we clicking first?
Let's start top left. Let's just go left to right.
The worst faction.
Let's get it out of the way.
Okay, so there are 10 models. First up, right? 1 to 10. Intercessor, Assault Intercessor, Infiltrator, Incursor, Reaver, Heavy Intercessor, Tactical Marine, Scout, Scout Sniper, Death Watch.
The face on the Scout.
Does that mean
there's
no Death Watch?
The face on the Scout looks so
that was
sad.
terrible.
I just gotta say. I think what they're doing, kind of what they did with Big 40K, was they kind of put Deathwatch back under the umbrella of the whole Space Marines. So they're kind of like a sub faction of Space Marines now. So that kind of makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. Fair. I quickly jumped over to Grey Knights thinking that they might get some new units in 40k and we get them here. But there's just Grey Knight and Justicar, so they're not getting anything funky.
Oh no,
sorry,
not yet.
Space
Not yet. There is the
No, you're
Grey
right.
Knight Codex that's coming out. Might be some new models coming along with that. You never know. They are due for one.
Imperial Guard.
Yeah, let's check out the Guard.
Oh wow,
these are probably okay. Just Scions and Guardsmen.
Okay, I mean that makes sense though. I mean that means that, like we saw in the data sheets there for the Krieg, we're just getting, like this is just the overarching. You can use this unit, and then the way that they are going to load out, like just how in 40k you get the weapon options. That's how it's going to be here. Except I don't know if you guys ever played Warcry, did you?
I've played it we've each played it probably like a handful of times, and it's a lot easier game to play than Kill Team, which I like.
Yes. Yeah.
But it didn't have like that same level of depth that Kill Team does in terms of like customizing your weapon options and stuff like that. But this version of Kill Team looks like it will have that level of customization. So I'm stoked for that.
I'm looking at AdMech right now, or Forge World, I guess.
Yeah, somebody in our chat says that they screwed up.
Oh, really?
And
no priests, but there are the Sicarians and the Vanguard and the Rangers.
Just so everybody in the chat knows, I just into my Discord I dropped that link so you can go look at all of this yourself.
Yeah. Ecclesiarchy, so Sororitas, it's the same as what they have right now.
Yeah. It's interesting that the name is Ecclesiarchy and not just Sororitas, because that means there's room for all other like models from like the Inquisition, not just like Sisters of Battle, that could be making an appearance. Let's see.
Yeah.
What else do we got
I mean,
here?
everything is marked a little bit strangely. So like,
Yeah,
they're not Admech, they're Forge World.
Yes.
they're not
Like-
crew, they're cadre mercenary.
Well, that means we're getting like we're gonna get what are they called? The Vespids, surely.
Oh yeah,
Hopefully.
Vespids
So I'm-
confirmed. You heard it here.
Talons of the Emperor, people have been asking for this forever.
Yeah, seriously.
And it is what you would expect, a Custodian Guard and Sisters of Silence.
Awesome.
Yeah, so now they're viable, and they're going to be fun to play.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So, okay, so I assume that we all have the same conspiracy here. Oh, somebody says no Tau. They're right there. Sorry, they're called Hunter Cadres. Yeah, they're right there, guys. You can take drones, Fire Warriors, Pathfinders, Stealth Battlesuits. Cool. So, I assume that what we're going to end up getting. So, if we look in here, if you look at both Veteran Guardsmen and Commandos specifically, those are the exact models that are coming out with the box. Like, it's not just Krieg Guardsman, it's Hardened Veteran, it's Bruiser, it's it's very specific models.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that we're going to be getting all of these factions fleshing out when they get their own box, Warcry style. Just like we get the Commanders and the Veteran Guardsmen there from the box. I assume, like in Warcry they had I can't think of any of their names. The Corvus Cabal,
Yeah.
I assume this will be updated with these specifics when they release, or is that crazy? What do you think?
No, I think you're right. I think we're going to see Warcry boxes for, if not all, at least the vast majority of Kill Team factions. They're each going to get their own like Warband-esque Warcry box where there's like specific Kill Team sculpts, and that's what I'm so excited about, man. I'm so excited to see what they do.
No, I'm really excited for that. I was saying it to my guys here. So like we might get, so instead of just Tau, it could be 8 models. Like 2 breachers, drones. Like each one its own unique sculpt. Super cool. So not like a generic 10-man unit that can be placed in 40k, but full on. Like this is for Kill Team. These are the models you use.
Yep.
Sort of thing.
And
I'm really excited.
And just like those Warband boxes, eventually we're probably going to see those models make their way into big 40k. So there's a lot of crossover potential there too. I just found the at the bottom of the faction page, I found the art. I found all of this new art.
The gallery.
Yeah, so that guy in the Twitch stream who was asking, when can I get the Krieg art separately? Here it is, dude.
Oh yes, I see. There's a Scion holding the back of a Tau's head, about to kill him with a plasma.
Yeah, that's a war crime.
Yeah, so I mean, for the time being, I've gone through all these, and so elites is not a thing yet. Apparently, like it really is a fresh start.
Yeah, we didn't see any Terminators or anything.
I'm sure they're coming, obviously.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if we don't. Like, I think we can all agree we're going to be getting more models available.
Yeah.
Like, if you go and look at Tyranids, there are no lictors, whereas we did get lictors in the original core set.
Yes.
Or Kill Team. So I'm sure we're going to be getting loads more.
Yeah.
I just love that right now, Kroot have more models than Death Guard.
Just favorite possible. Yeah.
All right, so let's get down to brass tacks here. How many US dollars do you think the starter box is going to be?
Oh, makeup money? I've got no clue. I don't. I only talk in GBP. How much is Catacombs? I think so. My speculation has been that it's going to be the same price as Warcry Catacombs.
Oh, okay.
Let me look
which
that
for
up.
me is £125.
For us, Warcry Catacombs was like 180, I think, 170.
That's a
180.
good price.
That sounds low.
Do you?
I was thinking
well,
200. I don't know why. but-
Catacombs was like a 2-dimensional board with like some like 3D terrain, right? So for context, like the original Kill Team starter box was like $200 US, I think.
Okay.
So do you think that it would be that this starter set will be around the same price as the original Kill Team starter set?
We're not getting this for less than the original Kill Team starter. No chance. No chance.
Oh yeah.
Probably not. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We're not going to get it for less, but it might be around the same ballpark. Like $200, that's the same.
Sure.
That was the same
Okay,
cost
yeah.
as the Indomitus box. So maybe.
I can't see this bit. Well, I mean, they did say that this was a limited edition release as well.
Yeah.
So normally when something's a limited edition release, it means it's actually like pretty good value for money. So I would assume it's going to be slightly cheaper than the skeptics expect, but it's not going to be a cheap box. Let's be honest.
Yeah. I love the terrain in here. Like the box has value. My goodness.
Now, of course, I don't know who's saying that because you are interchangeable to me. But if that
we both sound the
is
same.
yeah, you're just American, right? Like
all of us
all
Americans.
Americans sound the same.
Yeah, exactly. So, but like, yeah, if you're an Orc player, this is lovely terrain. And I was saying this on my stream. This is a packed board, isn't it? Like, if you just look at the board, there's a lot going on there. That's busy.
Yeah,
This
it's
is,
dense.
I would argue, for Kill Team, a much better set of terrain than the original Kill Team box. That was lovely, looked really nice, but actually, this is probably better.
It looks fantastic.
Yeah.
That's something we can all agree on.
Oh, for sure. And I think, like, if you just chuck in the Mech Boy Workshop as well, boom, that's a full board. You'll never need more.
Yep.
I would say. Well, I don't think you'll need more already, to be honest.
Yeah, it's
just
pretty
looking at
crowded.
it, but yeah. But the Mech Boy Workshop just looks lovely as well. So why not chuck it in? And it's the same stuff.
What is this? Sign up for news.
So somebody was actually saying that. So if you go to the Tomb World faction, it's just like warriors, immortals, flayed ones, and death marks. But somebody said they went back into the stream and they like rewinded, and apparently they saw a Lich Guard in the book.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay. So also, and this is so there are going to be Scarab Swarms as well. I'm like 90% sure.
Think so.
Because seen in Fireteam, which uses the same data cards as we've just seen now, there was Canotep Scarabs available.
Oh.
So maybe these are actually complete. Like maybe we should just ignore. Like these are the factions that are going to be available.
Yeah.
But these aren't the models.
Yeah, this isn't the be all end all. Which I would very much like that because I wouldn't have to buy a whole nother Elites book just to use like Space Marine Terminators or something again.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. I mean that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
You gotta expect that kind of stuff, but I mean, if they're saying there's Lich Guard listed in that book, then like it'll probably be in whatever book has the rest of like the separate factions in it, you know. But yeah. So overall, Glass, are you excited? Are you skeptical? Are you disappointed? Where are you right now with Kill Team as a whole?
To tell you my exact thoughts. This is so I'm going to talk to you guys as fellow content creators. Okay. Forget chat. I love them, but forget them. This is scary. As a content creator, this is scary because people don't care about casual games. If you go ahead and look at Warcry, nobody watches Warcry. I said this earlier to my stream. There's a great YouTuber called Dice Chatter. Makes like really, really good, I think, Warcry battle reports that everybody should watch. But he gets like under 1,000 views and even though he puts so much time and effort into these, just nobody cares, right? Because Warcry I'm sure that lots of people play that casually, and they bring in new players to the Age of Sigmar universe through it casually because it's a very easy game. But nobody, as a content creator, nobody cares. Okay, and I suspect that we know that this is going to be streamlined. It's going to borrow certain things from Warcry. It's not Warcry, but it's going to borrow certain things from there. And I'm really scared about what the community is going to do. As a game, I suspect this will be my go-to game. And if somebody came to me and said, Andy, you get your choice. Your channel is going to be equally popular for both, like whatever you do. Do you want to play Kill Team 2nd edition, this? Or do you want to play 40k 9th edition? I will pick this game every time, because if it's like Warcry, a game is 25 minutes. I can play this in my... I can go to a coffee shop and play this because it's a tiny board, right? It's going to have amazing sculpts. It's going to be a tight rule set that plays very quickly, and it's just quite fun, to be honest. Is the community going to like it? Or is the community going to take it as a casual game that they no longer watch content for?
Right.
So
right.
I can happily say, I know myself, I will prefer this game to 40k 9th edition for so many reasons. Am I going to cover this game in 3 months' time? I can't tell you.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Real
I've already
talk.
given this a lot of thought. Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
So,
What about you guys?
For what it's worth, we were talking about this a bit before we got in the call with you. As far as the depth of it goes, comparing it to Warcry and comparing it to what Kill Team was, I think it's going to be somewhere in the middle. I don't think it's probably not going to be as deep as it was. I mean, maybe maybe it will be, but I think it's going to be deeper than Warcry. Just based on screenshots already of like the war gear that like a sergeant can take. That's already more than like 99% of Warcry models, right? But it does, everything that we've seen so far does look like it's going to be, like you're saying, more streamlined than Kill Team 1st edition. Probably a little bit more, maybe hopefully more focused. So hopefully these changes are for the better. Probably no injury roll, no stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, what do you think, Ryan?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat with you. I honestly wanted the game to become more streamlined, but I don't want it to be so streamlined that it's like simple, you know? Like I feel like Warcry is a relatively simple game where it's like two turns in and it's like the game is over. And it's like, why this was 15, 25 minutes, just like you said, Glass. So it's like how much depth is there to this game still after streamlining it? I think that's what I'm looking most forward to figuring out. So I guess you can put me down as cautiously optimistic.
Well, yeah, sorry. Maybe I was too negative. Sorry, first, thank you, Timothy and Uncopter. Big love. It's my birthday today, so that's...
Oh,
that's
happy
right.
Birthday.
Happy birthday.
34. Kill me. So basically, there are so many things that I like about Warcry that if you just came to me and like when Warcry released, I said I wanted exactly this. I wanted them to mash Warcry and Kill Team together and give us a new Kill Team. They've essentially done that, right?
Right.
I'm only being finicky because we don't know the rules. We don't
Yeah.
know how they've meshed them together. But if you tell me, like, I love that we're going to move from having one wound, like 9th edition, to having, you know, like whatever it is, between like 5 and 20 hit points. That's an amazing thing. That means there are so many more options and player choices. No longer do you decide, okay, I want to jump off the top of this building. On a 1, I take a mortal wound and die. Now it's, you know, making that move costs you half of your hit points. Something like that.
Yeah.
But there's no other negative. You take that damage and then you can continue your actions. We know, I don't know if they said this in the stream. I told my stream this is something I happen to know. It's action based, just like Warcry. So it's going to be alternating activations and each model can make its actions.
Okay.
just like in,
That's kind of what
Yeah.
I was speculating before.
yeah. So
Based on the
we know that.
API or
Yes,
whatever that's
exactly.
called.
Yeah. So that's awesome. Full alternating activations. I love that. That's great.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that has the potential to be much, much better than what we've been dealing with
Yeah.
for sure.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling it now as I'm starting to learn 9th edition. Alpha Strike sucks.
Dude, you
Just
were
lose,
telling
like-
me, man. I went and I played at ACO. I played Big 40K at ACO, and literally almost every game I played, like half my army was just getting picked up turn 1.
Yeah.
I'm just like, "Whoa, okay, what do I do now?" Like,
Well, even worse than that. Like, how long are those games? 2.5 hours?
I mean, it was a tournament, so they were relatively quick. And hey, when half your
Okay.
army's getting blown off the board turn 1,
Yeah.
it goes kind of quick. It goes kind of quick, like 45 to an hour and a half for most of my games, I think.
But still, you have to just sit there for like half an hour as the enemy kills you.
Yeah,
I
you
was like,
can't react
this
to
isn't
it.
very fun.
No.
What do I do?
No.
Like, that's not fun at all. Like, it's just a bad experience. I'm saying that as a new player to 40k. I'm sure it gets better. But like, in this, like in Warcry, I never had that because
Mhm.
hey, you lose a model, fine, it's still you next.
Yep.
And hey, they made the poor decision to move into your attack range. So now, whilst they had to do 2 actions, move then shoot, you can shoot twice.
Mhm.
Suddenly, there is a penalty to going first, but there's also a benefit because you get, like, I genuinely like a lot of things that Warcry does.
Yeah.
So I might have been I was negative from a content creator's perspective when I said this. As a player, I mean, I agree with you guys. I have been told that it's going to be deeper than Warcry. Warcry was very simple. It was also quite random at times. This isn't going to be as simple and random as Warcry. I've been told that by a reliable source.
That is very good to hear.
Yes, but I don't know how. Like,
Yeah.
all I've been told is that, and that it's an action-based game. And then I assume that means we're going to alternate activations, like one to one. Like, I don't know if they've put in any sort of anti-horde measurement. Like, I don't know. I don't know anything else. But just, you get, and I don't even know how many actions, and I don't know if there's restrictions. Maybe you can't shoot twice. Maybe you can't move twice. Don't know. Maybe you still have to make a charge roll. Whereas currently in Warcry, you just move and then you're in engagement range, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you have to charge, which I really hope not, because charging sucks.
Yeah. It felt weird the first couple times playing Warcry, where it's just like, oh, I don't have to charge. I can just
it feels
move
really
in.
weird.
It's so weird because you're just you're just so trained to be having to roll for a charge, and it's like, really, it's that easy?
Yes. Yeah. So there you go. Although I will say, just very briefly, I was told that there weren't going to be custodians or demons, but then we see on the faction page there are Talons of the Emperor and demons.
Mm-hmm.
So don't trust anything I say. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Add that on there.
Yeah, excited to see demons. I had no faith that they were going to be here. So
Yeah, because obviously demons were a White Dwarf faction in Kill Team. So the fact that now they're there on a page, that feels pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, but obviously no Servants of the Abyss, no Rogue Trade,
I
no
was
Gellerbox, no.
just gonna say, everybody, can we get an F in chat for Gellerpox for
Yeah,
our Lost
really?
Boys?
That's unfortunate.
Our brave rogue traders lost to the void.
Well,
oh man.
I'm sure we'll get. I wouldn't be surprised though if we got them in a box in the future, but wouldn't be surprised if we didn't either. So
either way, we expect them both. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Did you guys have any kind of final thoughts?
Ooh, man.
Yeah.
I mean, this morning I woke up feeling a mix of excited and terrified, and I have seen the stream, and I am still a mix of excited and terrified. So
yeah.
what else is there to say?
I mean, but we knew we weren't going to be told what we want to hear, right?
Yeah,
Right.
There was
yeah.
no way they were going to say this is how the turn plays
This
out.
is how the
we
game's
weren't going to
played,
get that.
yeah,
You know,
no.
yeah, that's what we want. But
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as Shane. I don't know if terrified is the right word, but yeah, like I said earlier, cautiously optimistic. Even if it doesn't matter what the rules are for me, honestly, I'm gonna pick up this box just because it's so cool. The
I
starter
don't think
box,
that's a
yeah.
doubt in anybody's mind.
No,
Yeah.
no,
I mean,
no.
like, yeah, the rules could be trash. Everyone's going to
Oh.
try and buy this box.
Also, Glass, I don't know if you talked about this at all, but when I was looking at the keywords on a screenshot of some of the guard models, I noticed one of the keywords, it's like it says regiment. So at the very least, I think that subfactions are still going to be a thing.
Oh, okay,
Which is,
awesome.
Yeah, really cool
I
to know.
assume that's going to come along in an expansion.
We'll see. Yeah.
So Clay in our chat actually just said, on the other hand, no more Blackstone Guard, Shane. So no more Gottfried, maybe. No more Ryan and Rouse, maybe. Oh, perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
God has always been good. They
I will-
didn't need.
I will. No, you're right. You are 100% right. Trade offer incoming. I will give you new revamped kill team in exchange for Gottfried, Pius Forn, Ryan and Rouse.
Take it, all yours.
Yep. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Well, all right, Glass. It was awesome talking to you and hanging out. Thanks for having us on your stream, and it was a pleasure having you on ours.
Yes, thank you for having me on your the highly competitive kill team. That's you guys.
Yep.
I am but a casual scrub these days. I didn't even play the game. I play ninth now. Yeah, thanks. I hope I haven't embarrassed myself by saying the wrong rules for kill team on your stream. No doubt somebody would call me out on it. But, yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks very much, guys. I think we can certainly all look forward to some more collabs once we know more about this, because I think we're all pretty hyped.
Yeah, we are. Looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well, thanks very much, guys. We'll chat again soon.
Yep. See ya.
Absolutely.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. All right.
Okay.
So, yeah, with that, I think we're just gonna wrap it up here, Shane, unless there's anything else you want to discuss.
One last thought. Ludas are called looters, and burnas are called burners, and I am not okay with that.
Whoa. What?
Yeah. And that's my final thought.
Where is this?
If you go to the Greenskin Army on the website, you'll see it.
I see Burna Boy, Rocket Boy.
No, you're looking at the commanders, I think. Or not the commanders, the commandos. Got him. Now I'm doing it. Look at the Greenskin.
Oh, no. Boy. Gretchen. Clan Commando. Shame.
Oh, dear.
Spanner.
Yeah, Well, I think they were already Spanners.
Yeah,
I don't think
maybe.
they were.
I don't know.
But the looter, come on.
You can't do that, man.
You can't.
It's a Luda.
It is.
It's a Burna.
It is.
Man. Go in there and fix that, GW. All right, guys. That's going to be it for this stream. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us. I was just looking through the green screen or the green skin thing. Here, I'll show you guys because I was clicking on the wrong thing. Here we go. Look at this. Burner Boy. Ah, yes, my Ork Burner Boys. Ah, yes, my Ork Looters.
Oh, that is cursed.
Disgusting. All right, guys. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for hanging out with us, watching the new kill team reveal. We're hyped for it. Cautiously optimistic. cautiously optimistic. You know, we're a pretty competitive kill team oriented channel, so we're looking forward to seeing how deep this game goes in terms of strategy and tactics and stuff. But I'm sure that all that will be revealed. So